Peace, folks. This is X from TPOT Media. Open your mind and wake your black ass up. You know what time it is. Hit that damn like button as you make your way in the door. Grab a seat, settle in, get ready. It's the Grown Man Hour with your host, my man, Bernard Riley.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Mumia Obsidian Ali. You know who I am. I need no introduction, right? And you're listening to the Grown Man Hour with my man Bernard Riley, heard weekdays right here on YouTube. What do you think about that? How about that? Now let's get back on with the show. Thank you.
Hello, hello. Mic check, mic check. 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 Oh my goodness, that should be cool now. All right, hold on, hold on. We got something. We got something. We got something. All right. All right. All right. All right. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. It's a little low. It's a little low. So give me a second on that. Hold up. But I think nope, that's good. That's good. This is good. This is good. We back. We in the building. We in the building. All right. All right. Shout out to everybody. Man, y'all held it down. Y'all really just I can't believe that it was 80 people in here with no sound. Like I'm legitimately like heartwarmed by that. I thought when I figured it out, it was going to be 13 and a half people in here. Y'all are in here. I like that. Y'all really rock with me. Y'all really rock with me. So I do appreciate y'all. No, all that happened is for some reason, I think my computer did an update in the middle of the night. Because I normally don't turn my computer off, but when I got up this morning, I did have to turn it on. And whenever it do those type of updates, yeah, I normally have to end up rebooting, reconfiguring everything. So yeah, that's more or less what happened. That's more or less what happened. So yeah, now we in here. Now we in here. Now we ready to go. But shout out to everybody in the building. 100 people in here. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Now I'm gonna start playing with the camera, trying to figure out why I ain't quite in focus like I want to. Hood Server said he's thinking about doing a show on gym thoughts. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. I've always said that chicks go to the gym, and the stuff that they wear to the gym is damn near unnecessary. I like it, but it's unnecessary. But it's like they in there half naked to the point to where I don't think they can justify acting like a guy snuck up on them in a dark alley when he come up to talk to them. I don't think they can justify that response given what they chose to wear to the gym. I don't know the practical purpose for stretchy coochie cutter shorts at the gym. I really don't know if there's a practical purpose why they have to do that. I like that they do it. I like that they do it. I'm just saying I don't see the practicality of it. I don't know why if they just went with some regular basketball shorts that just came slightly above the knees and ran and jogged on a treadmill and stretched in those. I don't know how that makes any difference from wearing coochie cutter stretchy shorts that hug the butt with the tank top with the belly out that's balls up to well, okay, I know there's a practicality to the sports bra that holds everything in tight. There is some practicality to that because you don't want your titties just doing like that when you're running. I get that part, but no, the stuff that they wear to the gym, and keep in mind, I'm not telling them not to wear it. I like that they wear it. I'm just saying there is no practicality, as far as I'm concerned. And I apologize. I'm still getting dressed. I'm trying to button up this shirt. Okay. All right. Yeah. There's no practicality to it. I've only successfully once in my life hooked up with a chick that I met at the gym. Yep, only successfully done that once in my life.
You know, they normally, they in there looking like they want to be bothered, but they got an attitude of "don't bother me." That's how they be. That's how they quite often be. But this particular chick that I hooked up with, that I met at the gym, no, she wanted to be bothered. She made it clear that she wanted to be bothered and wanted to be bothered by me. She made that clear. So I acted on it. So but other than that, nah. Nah, I don't even try with chicks at the gym. I have my own little rules. If they just sitting there working out, they got on their straight face, they got earbuds in. Earbuds in at the gym says typically means don't bother me. And I tend to respect those rules because I hate when I got earbuds in and somebody come talk to me. That's the last thing I want to happen. But anyway, shout out to everybody in the building. I do appreciate each and every one of you. Do appreciate each and every one of you for being here, and thank y'all for bearing with me during that. That I cannot. Right there. That's really where it's supposed to be. I gotta stay right there or readjust this camera. But either way it go. Yeah, man. But that is what it is. That is what it is with the gym. But all right, we about to get into this. I got a number of things that I'm about to dig into. No, I'm gonna start with the main topic because I already made y'all wait. So we're gonna start with the main topic and work our way backwards. We're gonna start with the main topic and then work our way backwards. So let's go. Where we at? I think I found it. Think I got it. Y'all saw this story by now. I'm not springing any news on y'all. This isn't breaking news because y'all have seen this. Let me remove the little branding at the bottom. And I do want to point something out. That I think I'm going to be taking most of the live shows and sending those. I've kind of done this before, but I think I'm about to really, really, really commit to it. Sending all the live shows to, after they get off the air, they going straight to members and straight to Patreon. The only thing that you're going to see on the channel is probably the shorter pre-record. So I do want to emphasize that point. RM, if you're listening. Oh, so you're already talking about exclusive Patreon content right there. She be just Johnny on the spot. RM is the best. But yeah, so emphasize that point and spam it so they'll know that all live shows after they're aired, they go right to Patreon or to the members page. Let it figure out a way to word that not so clunky as I did and make it sound like it, make the sentence make sense, because I don't know if I made sense when I said it. But basically the live shows, yeah, you catch them live, you watch them live. But if you if you miss it live, only way you can see it is if you catch the Patreon. If you join the Patreon or become a member, that's what we're going to be doing here. Hood Conservative, I will do that. I know you sent me a couple emails. I think I saw it. I just didn't click on it yet. Just have a chance to click on it yet. But all right, let's get into this. This situation here.
Trainer gets caught on camera being a pervert, and when I stand up for myself, he threatens to call the police.
Now put the word pervert in the title. And I like to Google words that we commonly use just to make sure that we understand what the word is and what it means, because we say pervert all the time, but what is an actual pervert? A pervert is a person whose sexual behavior is regarded as abnormal or unacceptable. So right out the gate, oh, he said he just sent some gym thoughts. Okay, well then we will indulge. I criticize the gym thoughts, but we do like the gym thoughts. There ain't nothing wrong with it. Like I said, there's like, look, when she take her shirt off and you see what she got on, like I said, spandex coochie cutter leggings and a tank top that just covers up, with the belly out. I said there's no practical purpose for working out in that kind of outfit. There's literally no practical purpose for it. I like that they do it. There's no practical purpose for it. They do it to be seen. just like the guy in there with the little skinny tank top. I mean, just got the tank top where you could see like his side abs, like it come all the way down. It come all the way down on the side, or you and I'm guilty of this, cutting the sleeves off my shirt, but cutting it right here. And then they're like, oh yeah, you in there trying to you in there you're trying to show the goods. You're trying to be seen. So they can't front. They can't play dumb. All right. So hold on. Let me see what this says. Join Bernard's Patreon for all live shows and exclusive content today. Reword that different, because that looks like you're saying that the live show today is going to be exclusive. No, oh wait, no, for all live show. I'll send you an email on exactly how I want that worded. But I just wanted to be clear that all live shows go straight to Patreon and members after they're aired. I just want that. I want that sentence to be clean in there some way, somehow. But all right. I do want to make that clear, and I'll reiterate it throughout the show. But all right. So anyway, she called a man a pervert. Definition of pervert is someone whose sexual behavior is regarded as abnormal or unacceptable. Nobody was having sex. There was no sexual behavior there, so there's no way to call him a pervert. That's just the way of them charging men up using words that don't apply to certain men, because all the man did is looked at her ass, and based off from what I could see, he didn't really look at her ass for that damn long. Like, this was her video. She had full creative control. She had full creative control to make this look however she wanted it to look, and the way it looked, it didn't even look that bad.
And revoke my membership.
Like, look what you got on. Like I said, no practical purpose of wearing that to wearing that to work out. She would get the same workout in a t-shirt and some basketball shorts. I'm just saying. I don't think, being in all this spandex improves the quality of her workout. I really don't think it does. I like that they do it. It's not practical. It's to be seen. I'm open to be proven wrong on that. So in the video that she produced, he looked at her ass for 2 seconds, but it was in slow motion. So it probably was 1 second. And she just came with do you need something? Do you need something? Do you need something? And his no is like a no, like a confused no, like he's legitimately trying to figure out what's going on. Do you need something? Yeah, he's asking questions. Do I need something? Like that's what he's on. He's legitimately trying to just figure out what's happening. And somebody said pancake booty. No, she got a body. We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna lie on her. She got a body. Cut it out.
Okay, I thought so.
He's like, excuse me. Damn, what did I say? I could barely. Hold on, let me back up so I can hear it. I can barely hear what he's saying.
Do you need something? Okay, I thought so.
Okay, he said, excuse me, what do you mean you thought so? Like, he literally don't understand what the hell is going on.
Keep it pushing.
He asked her was she okay? Is it a problem? And she's like, keep it pushing, as if like keeping it pushing with the head. That's what the hell he was already doing. But all right.
Nobody was looking at you any type of way. I don't own the gym. I work here. Yes. And if you're getting rude, then you can leave.
That means what?
I can call the police and have you trespass right now. Would you like that?
Go ahead.
Okay, cool.
Go ahead, let him know.
That's what we'll do. So right now, I need you to take your stuff and head up front. Like she said, you something. You got
All right. 183 people in here. Make sure y'all hit the like button. 188 people in here. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Here are the $1 million questions. The $1 million questions are as follows. If she didn't record this, if she would have just walked up to the front desk, asked to speak, may I speak to the manager, please? You know how they do. You know, she's she looked more Becky than Karen. She like a Becky with Karen tendencies. But there's a difference between Becky and Karen. Like, she she's like a Becky with Karen behaviors. Like that, those are two different types of white girls. She embodies both. She embodies them both. But see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. If she didn't record herself looking stupid, if she didn't do that, and if she just would have walked to the front desk and if she would have in full Karen fashion said, "May I speak to the manager, please?" And she just would have told them that that man was being a pervert, that he was gawking at her, he was staring at her, and he made me feel uncomfortable, and he did this, and then she could have got this man fired. Like, she flat out easily, no doubt, could have got this man fired for nothing, just simply off her word that he was being a pervert, that he was harassing the customer. Now, somebody is saying no audio, and that person is going to get, I'm going to time you out because I know I have audio. Oh, wait, hold on. You might be behind the stream. He might be watching from the beginning. If you're watching from the beginning, okay, all right, yeah, you was about to get timed out because I thought you was trolling me. But yeah, beginning of the show, the audio was horrible. But y'all held it down. I was about to cancel the stream until I solved the problem, but y'all sat there patiently while I worked it out. But yeah. But no, that's the I see where you're going there, uneducated lane. Let me see. Hold on. If you missed today's show, head over to Patreon, the only place where all full live shows can be seen after airing. Boom. That's exactly what I wanted to say. Good stuff. Thank you, RM. Thank you. Yes, all live shows go straight to Patreon. I know I've said that before. I'm committing to it now. All live shows going straight to Patreon. This one will be going straight to Patreon. So the fact of the matter is, the point that I keep trying to make here is that she, in days past, and we still in this day, we ain't free and clear, but she could have charged him up with being a pervert and all kind of stuff, and basically it would have been her word against his. He would have got fired. She would have been saying she feels harassed. She's a customer and she feels harassed by one of the employees. They practically would have to fire him to avoid potential lawsuit, because now this woman can say this man who's harassing her, who's following her, who's gawking at her, she can say all of these things. She could say all of these things, and the company has to take heed to what she's saying. Otherwise, the company is now letting, according to her, and if it's not on camera, the company is now letting one of their employees harass a customer. So just on her word alone, she could have got him fired if it wasn't on tape. If the whole encounter wasn't on tape, he would have been out of there. Now, the other angle that I want to go with this, as the Mac the Trucker drops $2 on it. When we was down there at the meetup, everybody kept talking about everybody was just singing the last $2 songs. I don't even be playing it no more, but
These last $2, I'm not gonna lose.
Shout out to the Mac the Trucker. Appreciate you coming through, dropping $2 on it. But this is the other angle that I do got to take with this. Now, let's look at that situation where she was rude as hell. Okay, let's look at that situation. She was rude as hell. He was at work, so what he could do in that situation is, yes, essentially get her put out of the facility. What Kristen Hutchinson says, drop the loonies and toonies. Yeah, that's what he could do in that situation. He can get her put out of the facility. All right, that's what he could do. What typically happens in those situations where the man is not at work, but the woman gets rude with him on some stuff like that? Because if she would just out the blue get rude with a dude like that, who looked at her that she didn't like, obviously she get rude like that when a dude try to holler at her that she don't like. Obviously. That's an easy, I'm not reaching at all by saying that. I don't think I'm reaching at all by saying that. She's the type of chick, a dude holler at her, she don't like the dude, she's not attracted to the dude, she gonna have an issue. She gonna nope. Keep it pushing. Keep it pushing. She gonna be going off and she gonna be snapping. Now here's the thing. As a man, yeah, you do got to keep it pushing. You hollered at her. You got rejected. She rejected you. You got to keep it pushing. But I'm still a man, and you disrespecting me. Now you rejected me. That's one thing. You disrespecting me. Now we got a whole other issue, separate and apart from the rejection. You see, we got a whole other issue right now. The rejection is one thing. The publicly disrespecting me is another thing. Now, some men can take that public disrespect from a woman and just hold their head down and just walk off silently. Some men could take that not public rejection, but public disrespect and not even hold their head down and walk off. Hold their head up high and walk off. Some men could do that. But some men gonna turn around while she getting loud, disrespecting, like, nope. What was she saying? Excuse me, or I forgot her exact words. I forgot her exact words that fast. Hold on.
Trainer gets caught on camera being.
Do you need something?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Do you need something? Okay, I thought so.
Yeah. So let's just say, put this in a situation where a man tried to holler at a woman. They out in public. He ain't at work. Man tried to holler at a woman. And she's just getting all pushy like that. You need something? No. Well, go on. Get out of here. Keep it pushing. Bye. Boy, bye. She just getting disrespectful with him and loud in public. All right? She getting disrespectful and loud with him in public. Like I said, some men can, obviously you can deal with the rejection, but you take issue with the disrespect. Some men can take that disrespect and either hold their head down, just walk off, or hold their head up high and walk off. But some men, that disrespect is separate and is categorically in a different place than the rejection. The rejection right here is one thing, but that disrespect is a whole nother category over here. All right. I could deal with the rejection. I can't deal with the public disrespect. And that guy that can't deal with that public disrespect, that's the guy that snaps and calls her a bitch. That's the guy who says, well, bitch, shut the fuck, that's that dude. That's that dude who go off and then, who get kind of on that Skeeter Mills spectrum, like, hold on. I can accept a no. I can accept a firm no. I can't accept public disrespect. If you publicly disrespect me, we have a separate issue now. We have a completely separate issue. You've publicly disrespected me. Now, when that guy who can't deal with that public disrespect, when he cussed that woman out, the story gets reported like this. A guy tried to talk to me and I told him no, and then he called me all kind of bitches and got in my face and got out of control, and I just didn't feel safe. That's how the story is told. Now, I'm in no way, shape, or form defending the raging incel types that the ones that make the news. I'm in no way, shape, or form defending that. No way, shape, or form. They are not a part of my tribe. I'm not one of them. I don't see eye to eye. I don't relate to them. No way, shape, or form am I defending that action. But the action that I am defending is when women try to say that they rejected a guy, and then after they rejected him, he got loud and he got, agitated, and he got, either aggressive and and or violent up to potentially slapping her. She skips the part where she publicly belittled him and tried to snatch his balls out in front of a crowd of people. That's the part that she skips before she got slapped. She skipped that whole flight of stairs and go right to the part where he asked her for her number and she said no, and then she got slapped. She skipped a whole flight of stairs. That's what I quite often see in these situations. That's what I quite often see in these situations, because even with the legendary Skeeter Mills, who I do not support, condone skateboarding a chick upside the head. I didn't know skateboarding somebody was a verb. I didn't know that was something that you could do. I never viewed skateboards as weapons, but they are apparently really efficient. I had no idea. But if you watch the Skeeter Mills tape when he skateboarded that chick upside the head, right when it started, it was started with her saying, "Yeah, now go back up there on that porch with your friends." Basically, she rejected him and then aggressively tried to send him on his way. Basically, no, I ain't interested in you. Now get the fuck out of my face. That was basically what she was doing if you just watch from the very beginning. And his friends was kind of like, oh, like she embarrassed him in front of his boys. I'm not saying he should have hit her. I'm not even saying I understand. But what I'm saying is it gets reported as if he asked her out and she politely said no. Then he went and cracked her with a skateboard. I'm just saying that's not what happened. I'm just saying that when the story gets reported, a whole flight of stairs gets skipped. That's all I'm saying. And relating that back to the situation with the workout chick, she would have, when she would have told the story, it would have aired differently if this thing wasn't on camera. It would have aired differently if this thing wasn't on camera. He would have been doing way more than what he was actually doing, and she would have been a damsel in distress and not an antagonizer who was rude for no damn reason. But fortunately, this was on tape. But I'm extrapolating it forward to how if she gonna react like that to some dude just looking at her, she react like that when dudes she don't want to. If she's reacting like that to somebody who she don't want looking at her, she reacts like that to somebody who she don't want hollering at her, trying to holler at her. So that she gives loud, nuclear, disrespectful rejections. And just like she could have got that man fired if it wasn't on tape. Just like she could have got that man fired if it wasn't on tape. I mean, just like she could have got him fired if it wasn't on tape. She definitely would report it back if she nuclear rejected somebody, publicly humiliated and embarrassed him, didn't just politely say no, but made a big production out of it, embarrassed him, and then he got loud and he cussed her out. She's the victim. Her story is, I just told him no, and then he called me a bitch. And they skipped a whole flight of stairs where they were just completely out of pocket and disrespectful. But shout out to Creation Muse in the building. Says, why my camera not right? All right. Says, need a show on asking women live, do they mind that men look? Especially when they have on spandex. All spandex. That was a line from Nutty Professor. Especially when they have on spandex. There is the kind that grab the butt and the kind that go in between the cheeks. The ones that are see-through spandex, yeah. They got all kinds of spandex. They got spandex that the butt part of the material on the on the workout spandex coochie cutter shorts. The butt part of it is different. Like that's different material. It's like like everything else, like the upper thigh, that part squeezed tighter, but then it's looser or something at the butt area. It's like I can't even explain it. But they got so much apparatus that they put in those little spandex shorts to just make it sit upright. It's like, come on, man. Oh yeah, and it be padded. They got the padded ones too. They got the ones that's padded in the front. That shit look weird. They need to stop doing that. They need to stop doing that when girls be having the ones padded in the front. Yeah, that be looking like they packing heat down there. I don't like that. In this day and time, you don't need to be looking at the gym looking like you got an Audi vagina. We don't need to. No. We don't need to see nothing protruding out of that area. These are confusing times we live in, so they need to stop that trend. But I be seeing it on the gram. I saw it a few times in real life where they it's like padded in the front to try to make the, try to make the pussy look fatter. That's what it's for. I don't approve that message. It be looking like something else. Be our salute. This is becoming a thing for views. Darius M has been on this hard. Seen a chick jiggling her ass, faking like she was faking like she was adjusting her tights. Oh yeah. They do that all damn day, and then you go over and holler at them, and they act like you snuck up on them in a dark alley. That's what they do. That's what they do. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about that. They ain't seen the building. Skeeter Mills sounds like a cartoon character. Yeah. Yeah, Skeeter Mills, man. Yeah, he I don't condone, I don't approve that message. I do not approve that message. It says Lizzo got spandex leggings. Oh, no, she don't. You say Lizzo, she got a lot. Oh my goodness. Are you serious? That RM, that gotta be a joke. Lizzo do not have a line of spandex leggings. I know she don't. I know that is not a thing. I don't believe that that's a thing. And I don't accept that. I deny the existence of that wholeheartedly, 100%. I just don't accept. Okay, where are we at here? One thing that I wanted to cover earlier that I wasn't aware of it right away. I didn't see it right away. I'm just now seeing it. Is that when Melanie King went viral on World Star. I've been noticing ever since the untimely passing of Kevin Samuels, places like World Star being one of them. A lot of the major Instagram pages, the ones that cover, a lot of them cover a lot of celebrity stuff or just whatever's trending. They cover trending stuff and they make stuff trend. They cut the Instagram pages. Some of them be having anywhere from, they be having over 1 million followers. The media takeouts, on site. I'm forgetting the name of them, but y'all know what I'm talking about. So she sent a link. Damn, she sent a link, so that exists. So a lot of those sites that, like I said, they cover trending stuff, celebrity stuff, and they make stuff trend. And like how World Star made Kevin Samuels trend. Now I'm noticing a pattern with all of those sites and all those Instagram pages is that now they're taking women. I saw Six the Goddess on one of those, like I think Spiritual Word. I saw Six the Goddess on one of those. I saw a lot of stuff. I'm starting to see a lot of women. It's like they're taking the stuff where they would normally be sharing Kevin Samuels. They're replacing their sharing of Kevin Samuels. They're replacing that with women who essentially use his talking points. That's what they're doing. But those of you who haven't seen Melanie King on World Star, let's hear what Kevin. That was a Freudian slip. because I know she about to say some Kevin Samuels shit. but let's hear what let's listen to this. Oh,
here's
shit.
to change. Changing for the better. Changing how we learn. For 130 years, Strayer University has paved the way for the future.
Holy fuck. No, I didn't mean to do that. Hold on. I messed up, yeah. No, I didn't. I think we still in the building. Hold on.
Of education. Strayer University.
You can't even get women nowadays to bring their man a plate, rub his feet, just basic things. But the attitude of so many women that I see now is they don't want to cater to a man in any, it's almost like it's a dirty word. They don't want to compete for a man. They want him to just pick her because she's so special. But it's too much competition. There's too much out here. What are you doing to outbeat the competition? What are you doing to win over a man? And a lot of women, they don't want to do it. They want to have attitudes, not be in, work on themselves in any kind of way, physically, mentally, spiritually. No, they just think they just show up. Me being alive, being a woman with a vagina is enough.
Man, I done heard like 5 Kevin Samuels lines. It's like just a smorgasbord cocktail of just throwing in something that Kevin Samuels said. Just throw all the spaghetti against the wall. But I'm not knocking it. I'm good with it. I'm good with it. I ain't tripping. It's just it's funny. It's funny. That don't get me wrong here. Don't get me wrong here. Good things are being said. And I always say, I don't care who said it first, who said it best. I like that it's being said. I like that everybody hearing it. So I'm not in that camp, but I'm just saying.
Work on themselves in any kind of way, physically, mentally, spiritually. No, they just think they just show up. Me being alive, being a woman with a vagina is enough for a man to choose me. Accept me as I am. All the men need to change. All the men need to stop being this way. But us women, we're perfect out the womb. We're perfect. Just because we're born, we're perfect beings. And it's all these men. But that's good news for me because
she not a biter, she a writer for herself and others. She do a Kevin Samuels verse, she just bigging up her brother. Bigging up her burrow, she big enough to do it. Okay, I'm done. We gotta start hitting him with that Jay-Z. She not a biter, she a writer. But no. In all seriousness though, I mean they in all she not a biter, she a writer for herself. Oh shit. Shame on you if you don't know what Jay-Z song that came from. Shame on you. But no, seriously. but no, no, I'm with it though. I'm with it though. I mean, I think it was it's an inevitability that really can't be controlled. The market can't, men basically built something, created the market of, certain ideas, certain concepts. Obviously, women are going to hear it. They can obviously see and follow a business model, so to speak. And it's genuinely good. One thing I have always said when it comes to the women, doing what they're doing, I do want to see them. I do want to see them acquire a majority female audience. I do want to see that. I do want to see that happen, but short of that happening, I ain't knocking it. And I really don't knock it from Melanie King, because I mean, I think she came through the door talking like that. But the ones who we side eye, who we got a side eye, are me and Obsidian did a stream on that when Kendra G, who previously used to criticize Kevin Samuels, he's toxic, he's not about bringing people together. He's about tearing people down and tearing and pulling people apart. And she's using all of his stuff. She's using all of his stuff. So that's where it becomes a problem. That's where it becomes an issue. And I'm seeing a lot of them doing that. I'm probably going to put together a compilation of chicks using his stuff. I'm probably going to put together a compilation of that. But no, not knocking the game. I respect the game. No hate here. She not a biter, she a writer for herself. And as us do a Kevin Samuels verse, she just bigging up her brother. All right. Boy. It's a number of things on the table. Got a few topics. And like I said, all the live shows go straight to Patreon and members. All the live shows do go straight to Patreons and members. I'm going to try to stick to that. I'm going to actually try to stick to that. I'm going to try. But so yes, I'm gonna I recommend you become a Patreon or a member. Become a Patreon or a channel member. I do recommend that. I don't know if y'all saw this. Let's see what's going on here. All right. The Buzz Lightyear movie that's coming out. It's called Lightyear. It's not a Toy Story movie. It's called Lightyear. And in this movie, well, the headline is Muslim countries ban Disney's Lightyear from theaters due to same-sex kiss featured in the film. Now, y'all remember when me and Hood Conservative did that story where the some of the executives at Disney was talking about their not so secret gay agenda in the kids movies? Y'all remember that? They the chick basically made it clear that the movie is not about being gay, don't got nothing to do with being gay. But she said wherever she can sprinkle in something subtle or not so subtle that's gay. She said she sprinkles it in there, like she admitted to doing that. And you see, my thing with that is this: when it comes to gay rights, gay marriage, all of that, listen, I'm an American. I believe in freedom, in life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, however you see fit, as long as you ain't hurt nobody else, you go. So in that sense, they should be able to get married. They should. It's a personal, private thing. They should be able to do it. That's where I'm at with that. The line that I think should obviously be drawn is when it comes to the kids. That's it. Let the kids be kids. Let them grow up. Let them figure out who they are, learn themselves. And if they go that route, they go that route. It is no earthly reason why it needs to be promoted and advertised in children's movies to the point to where they deliberately do it. I talked about another Disney Pixar movie. It's the same company. Remember when I was telling a story about how it was a show, it was a movie about two brothers, and it was really like a father and son movie, but they just figured out a way to smuggle in a gay character who just randomly out the blue, out of nowhere, just said, yeah, well, me and my girlfriend and her daughter, and this character was real sexually ambiguous, androgynous is the word, had the body of a man but had breasts and sort of the face of a man and a woman. You couldn't really tell. I mean, they were some weird mythical looking characters, but you still had, they were like humanoids. So, it was like they had like human bodies, but they were just kind of, it was set off in some, land before time type of setting. But either way it go, they just putting in gay characters. For no reason. Just a character that just basically hopped on the scene and said, hey, look at me, I'm gay, and then just trotted off. It's like they literally do that. Yeah, that was Onward. I love that movie too. I do love that movie. It was real good. Excellent. One of the best endings ever in a movie. Yeah, got a little emotional, but but yes, they literally do that. And it's not even like we're being Scooby-Doo detective agency with this. We're not even being Scooby-Doo detective agency. They put it out there. They put it out there loud and clear. They said this is what we do, and then when they're doing it, it's like boom, they just roll it out there doing it. It's like and I'm like, I guess shout out to the Muslim countries for holding the line. The Muslim countries holding the line, like we ain't going. We ain't going. They don't got the problem of chicks getting nuclear at the gym after they come in with spandex so tight and riding up so high that you can see the structure of their lower lips. They don't got chicks coming in like that, but then getting nuclear on a guy because he looked. They don't got that. They don't got that issue. Because like I said, if that situation, that's the featured title, the title of the show and the thumbnail, if she didn't tape that, she would have got that man fired. Muslims, they don't have that problem. This problem here that's on the screen, they don't got that problem. And all the women here that be complaining about this pseudo, I won't even call it a patriarchy. They be complaining about this so-called patriarchy that we got. No. The patriarchy you want to complain about is that. But see, they won't even really complain about that. A lot of liberals, because they because not then they'll be discriminating against somebody's religion. So it's like they let them women be oppressed over there because we can't discriminate on somebody's religion, but these women are being really oppressed over there. We're against oppression because that's why we fight for the right to do any and everything and get away with any and everything over here. We're against oppression, but we can't really fight against those women being oppressed because we'll be going after somebody else's religion. It's like that's where being ultra liberal just sends you in a circle. That's what being ultra liberal sends you in a circle. But the Muslim countries ain't playing. Shout out to V. Scott in the building. So the rings and the things they talking about, bring them out. So the rings and the things they talking about, bring them out. I probably need to hear you say that in cadence for me to understand the exact reference, but it sounds like you're referencing some lyrics. Shame on me for not fully picking up what you're laying down there. But shout out to you. Shout out to V. Scott. Shout out to V. Scott. Appreciate the super chat. He says they ain't against oppression, but liberals oppress black folks on the slick. I don't even know if the right word is oppress. I don't think the right words. Yeah, that is. I know it sounds like a Jay-Z line, but I'm just not hearing it in Jay-Z cadence. I'm not hearing it right. He says, Ryan Decipher says, just supporting the show. It was good to see you again. Absolutely good to see you again at the Philly meetup. Keep up the great content. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the super chat. And it was definitely good to see you as well. Definitely good to see you as well. Met a lot of nice brothers, a lot of good brothers down there. It was a successful event. Great turnout. Loved every minute of it. So shout out to everybody who was down there. I know it was some Jay-Z lyrics, but I gotta hear it in the rhythm and the cadence of how he rapped it so I can, process the song and what he's saying. I can't, just reading it isn't doing it for me. For some reason it ain't clicking. It ain't clicking which song. So the rings and things they talking about, I know them saying bring them out. So anyway, all right. I don't know why. Just the song is not jumping off the page. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Genetics play a part too. I don't know what you're talking about. But anyway, the story as reported. as reported. Most of the countries that plan on restricting the film are Muslim majority countries. The United Arab Emirates has banned the film in its entirety from public screening. I'm bad with reading countries, other countries. Malaysia has asked Disney to cut several scenes from the film before it could be shown. Several scenes, wow. Before it could be shown in local cinemas. The chairman of the film censorship board in Indonesia says that the kissing scene could violate the law that prohibits movies that display deviant sexual behavior. Now, I think, again, they go too far if they just say two girls kissing is deviant sexual behavior that can't be put in a movie. No, it could be put in a movie. It could be put in a movie by, for adults, that grown-ups. It could, even if it's PG, even if it's a PG-13 movie, I ain't tripping. It could be put in a movie that people go to see. They know what they're going to see. And even if it's just an adult movie, like that happened to me all the time, where you're just watching a regular movie and the main character or the supporting actor is he just playing his role and everything is normal and fine. And an hour, 15 minutes in the movie, it's like, whoa, shit, I didn't know he was gay. That he just, that happened in that movie, Lovecraft Country. The main character, I think, Dad. He was just a regular character, and like you invested into the show, and then episode 4, he's in the alley, either getting his junk, either he's I forgot if he was doing the deed or somebody was doing the deed to him. He was doing the deed to another man, or another man was doing it to him, and I was like, whoa, they just snuck that up on us. But either way it go, it's a grown-up movie, is R-rated, anything's a go. I'm not gonna break out the pitchfork and tiki torch on that. But I'm just saying, if you're basically saying you're doing it on purpose to, I'm going to use that word, groom kids into either being gay or being accepting of gays. And I understand that you want to create a more tolerant society. This is where I'm objective and I try to see other people's perspective. Understand you want to create a society that's more tolerant and respectful of other people's views. JT, hold on. JT Hailstorm says, no, Bernard, this is a children's movie, not H.P. Lovecraft. Dude, what do you mean, no, Bernard? I must have misspoke or something, because that's the same exact point that I was making. That in Lovecraft Country, I have no problem with it. It is what it is. But in the kids' movie, that's where it's wrong. Did I misspeak, or is he tripping? Which one? Which one happened? Chat room, let me know. Did I misspeak, or is he tripping? Because some people have a habit of trying to say that I'm saying things that I didn't say when I know I didn't mean to say that. When I know I didn't say that. At least I don't think. Because I don't think I said that it's okay in this movie. I'm only reason I'm covering this because this shit is not okay. No, it's not okay to put it. Okay, he tripping. Okay, cool. Only reason I'm covering this because it's not okay to put that in a kids movie. That's what I'm saying. It's not okay to put that in a kids movie. Now, I do like to still man people's arguments. And to still man somebody's argument is, I think what they would want to say is that they want to create a society that's more open and tolerant of people for their differences, to try to limit the amount of hate or homophobia or whatever. They're okay, cool. JT, I see you down there. Cool, no problem. That's ideally, I think that's what they want to do in their best mind and best heart. But in practicality, when they're doing it this way, I'm sorry, it just comes off, especially if they got younger characters, because they've done that before. They've had some younger characters who were kids being essentially being gay or gay-ish or ambiguous and all of that. So when they're doing it that way, I mean, it's hard to say that they're not overtly trying to I don't know. They're trying to impose their agenda on children, and that's where it gets weird for me. If it's anyway, with all the disagreement, with all the political mumbo jumbo that goes on, if it was any place to meet in the middle, I think it would be on, okay, push your agenda, make your movies, put gay characters in your movies and normalize it and do that so people can be used to seeing it and accepting of it and tolerant of it. But let's not force it into kids' movies. Let's not do that. If that was, I don't think it's population control. But if it was anywhere to meet in the middle, that's where the middle should be. That's where the middle should be. Leave the kids alone. Leave the kids alone. Let them be kids. Where the country is already moving in the direction of being tolerant. And I see what Black Savant said down there. Tolerance is an immoral lie. Well, it's truth in what you're saying, because they're taking the term tolerance and they're doing intolerable things with it. So I definitely understand exactly where you're coming from. They're taking the word tolerance and they're doing intolerable things with it. They're taking the word tolerance, and that's making them say that we're going to let trans women, biological males, compete in combat sports against women. That's ridiculous. But in the name of tolerance, that's what they want to do. In the name of tolerance. Now, I do support Zaya Wade. If he grow to be 6'4" like his dad and got basketball skills, I do support them letting him in the WNBA. I mean, her in the WNBA. I do support that. I want to see him out there dunking on them chicks. I do support that. But overall, keep hands off the children is all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Hands off the children. I don't think that's a whole lot to ask. A whole lot to ask. One thing that I covered in a pre-record, and this is worth covering, because DJ Academics did speak and sort of clear his name. He sort of cleared his name. Let me I got too much stuff up. Give me a second. I covered in the pre-record him talking about how can I make this look better? Hold on. Hold up. Okay, hold on. I guess we'll do it like that. I guess y'all can see everything. He kind of cleared his name. Kinda. Well, no, I won't even say kinda. I would say he certainly he clarified what he was talking about when he was saying, ain't no difference between 17 and 21. He was talking about when he was in college. Because I was confused about why he was saying. They played the clip that they put out there that I reacted to. They put it out there without the proper context. He was talking about in college, because for example, you could be in college, you could be 21, you could be 22 at the tail end of your 4 years in college. You very well can, because if you walked on the campus at 18 years of age, you still on the campus at 22 years of age. So you very well could be 22 and still walking around on that campus. He was talking about the weird dynamics of some college freshmen start off at 17, So I understand where he's coming from that perspective. I thought that they just took the audio clip and just put it out there. And I reacted to what was out there, and it just sounded like him just at some point saying, if they got a college ID, I'm smashing, I don't care. And so I'm like, why even go that route? Why not just go with whatever the law is in your country? I mean, not in your country, in your state. That state very well could be 16. It could be 17. It could be 18. Just go with the law. Why you got to put all these qualifiers in there? But the qualifier that he was putting on there is the craziness of the college campus. You got 21-year-olds and 17-year-olds who are about to turn 18 all into the same, all in the same environment and marketplace, and nobody's asking for the ID in the age of another college student. That's what he was referring to, and that context does make a difference. That context does make a difference. So in that way, he kind of, cleared his name for some. Some people still calling him all kind of stuff, but he all right. He all right.
But that's just being honest. But that's on a college level because you're in that.
That's good. That's a good place to pause it. By the way, that does sound wild. What I was trying to say is that when it is either you're 21 or 20, right? And someone's like 17. This is only in
Well, goddamn. I don't know what the hell just happened. I don't know how that looked on y'all end. But okay, and now y'all can't hear me. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Mic check 1 2. Okay, y'all can hear me. Wow. All I know is that my computer just said my screen, it probably went black for y'all, it went blue for me, and it said you need to restart. You need to restart your computer. That was crazy. That was some craziness. This thing been acting weird today. I was telling y'all it did some weird updates. It did some weird updates. I was in the middle of playing DJ Academic's clip of him trying to clear his name, which I think he did. Hold on, yeah. Wow, that just went black. Wow, wow, wow. Oh yeah, it faded to black. Another Jay-Z reference. All right, yeah, we back in here. I apologize for all the inconveniences and technical difficulties of today. I do apologize. Give me 1 second. Oh, shit, get that off of there. All right. About to get back into it. Give me a second. All right, not there. Not there. Not there. All right. I do not know what the hell this is and why it's doing this. But anyway. Hold up. All right, we all the way back now. At least we should be. At least we should be all the way back.
Kids together, just like they do in high school. I said, usually there's not much of a difference. Like when you're in college, you don't really see the difference. And I still believe that. You know what I mean? Now, of course, there's some people who look like kids in college. That's 100%. And I'm not talking about those people, clearly. Or maybe it's not clear, so I got to point it out.
I said, listen, man, as long as a chick got a college ID, she's getting. I don't care if she's 17. I don't care if she's 17 and a half. I don't care if she just turned 17 and I'm 21. She's going to get this. But that's just being honest. But that's on a college level because you're in that.
That's good. That's a good place to pause it. By the way, that does sound wild. What I was trying to say is that when it is either you're 21 or 20, right? And someone's like 17. This is only in the college dynamic, right? Because they put 4 years of kids together, just like they do in high school. I said, usually there's not much of a difference. Like when you're in college, you don't really see the difference. And I still believe that. You know what I mean? Now, of course, there's some people who look like kids in college. That's 100%. And I'm not talking. What I will say is that this. I say that because you don't ask for age, bro. Like, so it's one of those things where, like, you might find out that, like, you really don't ask for age. Like in college.
Yeah. In short, the thing that he's coming under all that heat over, he said that's perverted. No, the things that he's coming that he's getting, the microscope put on him for is a statement that he made that he said in a college context. Basically, it would have been betterly worded that college seniors have sex with college freshmen. And there's a remote possibility that the college freshman 18th birthday hasn't came yet, and the college senior is 21. But they all smashing either way. That was essentially what he was saying. So that's why that's why I don't think what he said was as bad. Now, if he was talking as a 30-something-year-old man and he's talking about, if she's 17, she getting smashed, and I'm like, okay, what's the law in your state? You just talking about breaking the law? Like, that was where some criticism came from me on that. It's like, you don't have to be talking. I didn't know why he was talking about college ID and all of this stuff. If she got a college ID, if she 17 or if she just turned 17 or this or that or blah blah blah. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? But he basically was talking about on the context of basically people on a college campus. That 4-year window. Everybody who's within that 4-year window of college campusing is having sex with each other regardless. So that was the context that he was talking about, and I had no issue, take no major issue with that. Other than, okay, I mean, you can nitpick on that law. That is very possible. It's very possible. I think there are some parameters within the law, but it is possible you could be 21 and get in some trouble with a 17-year-old, even if y'all on the same college campus. Unlikely, but possible. Unlikely, but possible. But like I said before, in my state of Michigan, 16 is the legal age of consent. So yeah, it is a degree of a fake outrage with this one. But what I don't like is when brothers have the conversation like this. Well, this is how the conversation should be had. If it's a law you don't like, you could talk about how stupid the law is. Okay. If you think that the law being, at 18, if you think that's stupid, you can make your case why 18 is too high for a legal age of consent. You can make your case, but when you start making that case like, man, fuck these laws. They 16, they 17, I don't care. I'm smashing. It's like that's okay. That's when you're sounding ignorant. That's when you're sounding ignorant to me. That's where you lose me. That's where you lose me. And I don't like when brothers, because when he was having that conversation about the legal age of consent and where should it be, brothers it was some brothers, now hashtag not all, but it was some who was speaking with that kind of energy. And I was like, nah, man, nah. You talking about putting your life at risk or for what? You know, it's like that's stupid. We could talk about the law being stupid, but don't argue that the law is stupid and try to come up with some subjective reason why it's okay for you to do something that's illegal, that you know illegal and you know it's a problem. Like that's where, and that's the angle. That's the angle I was sort of seeing him on. You know, I was sort of seeing him on that vibe until I got the full content. Okay. I don't believe that to be true, and I'm about to Google it because I just don't. I don't believe you. Actually, I already know that ain't right because you said Asia. I don't even got to look that up. You would have said a particular country in Asia. It would have possibly been right, but the whole damn continent? No, come on. No. Okay. He might be right. The age of consent in Europe, Asia, or any other continent vary by country and territory. Ages of consent from 12 to 21 years old, with most countries setting theirs between 14 and 16. So there are some places where 12 is the age, but I guarantee those countries it's more of a situation where the father is handing his daughter off to somebody. But then again, then why would you need an age of consent if the parents are the ones that consent or not consent? But anyway, you're right. This is a rabbit hole. And just because check this out. I literally, right when I started talking about this, that's when my computer decided to shut down. I was like, uh-oh, that might be a sign. I was like, uh-oh, that might be a sign. What's up, GC? What's up, GC?
Hey, what's going on, Bernard?
Nothing much, man. What's happening?
So, as far as the law, in my opinion, I think that like probably around 16 or so, it should be a range more so than that just being a cutoff.
Explain.
Well, okay, so I think that it's wrong that two 17-year-olds can get together and hook up, and then her birthday comes first, and next thing you know, she goes to jail. I do think that at that point there should be, like a 2 to 4 year range to where, okay, it's they're both 17. She turned 18 first, but they're still within that 2 year range. That way, you don't get 50-year-olds getting that 18, or excuse me, getting that 17-year-olds, but you can get like an 18-year-old getting that a 17-year-old. I think that would be reasonable, and I think that some states are like that.
Yeah, I think, and it's like that's why I said it's a lot of nuance with the laws, and there's a lot of fast and loose ways to play with the laws. Like I think it's pretty fast and loose that it's 16 in a lot of states, legal age of consent. Like literally, a 50-year-old man could literally holler at a high school junior. Like,
right.
So that's why when guys be talking of like, I'm like, what more do you want to happen? That's why I never understand the conversation. It's like, what you can't possibly want it lower than 16. That's just where I'm at with it. So it's like, I never understand it. Just go with the law. Just go. If you must have them young, just look at the law in your look at the law in your state. It's probably pretty damn low. And then just go there if you must. But some dudes they make a big production about it. Now DJ Academics didn't make as much of a production as I thought he did, because I thought he was talking as a grown man trying to explain away 17 or just turned 17 or barely 17. If she's 17, I'm smashed. It's like, why are you so passionate about that? But I understand the context that he was talking.
And also,
But
the chat room was mentioning Romeo and Juliet laws, so I think
yeah.
that those laws are are the law. It says Romeo and Juliet, so I said plural, but that particular law is describing what I'm talking about. You see, here's the thing: people, especially young people, live in different worlds, and those worlds pertain to the laws that they live in. So, if he lived in a state where that's the case, um, then he's just talking from his perception. That's perfectly fine. It's nothing, it's like this is
Mhm.
the state that I grew up in. This is how I understand society. I don't think Californians like that, so I don't even know that something like that exists. But I thought it was my idea, but apparently somebody beat me to it. So he's just probably speaking like, I agree with the existing Romeo and Juliet laws. He wasn't like being an outlaw or anything like that.
Yeah.
I mean, now when you say it to all 50 states, people will be like, "Oh, wait, that's against the law." But from his perception, it's like, "Well, I'm speaking within the law. I thought that this was everywhere."
Right,
But
right, right.
quick subject change. Back
Yeah,
to
go
what
ahead.
you said. I'll go for it.
No, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, back to what you were saying before. I sent you an email. Could you bring that up? And I took this picture just yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Doo-doo-doo. Uh-oh. Let's see. What do we have here? What do we have here? I'm going to try to do this in a over technical way
Mhm.
and make it voila. Not voila yet. You got to let it load. 1001, 1002. Come on now. Come on. Here it come. Here it come. It's loading into the StreamYard, and there she blows. Okay, what are we looking at here?
Okay. You see anything wrong with this picture?
Um,
Let's ask OG. Do you see anything wrong with this
I
picture?
want to say it was what I
All right, let's ask OG. Let's ask OG.
okay.
OG,
Oh, okay.
you see
Let
anything
me
wrong with
let,
this picture?
let me blow it up. My eyes is bad. Let me see. Alrighty, let's see what is going on with it. Oh yeah, I see something wrong with this picture.
What's wrong with the picture?
Well, I don't know if that's what's wrong with the picture, but I don't know. Maybe that's her knee.
What?
You said her knee?
Yeah, maybe that's her knee. It's a little going on down there by the box with her. I don't know if that maybe that's her knee going through her dress. There's a dark spot down there, like it poking out.
Nope. What's wrong? Well, Bernard, can you tell?
Well, my one of them oh wait, no, I don't see what's wrong. I thought she had on like some doctor clothes or something. I was just
She
about to
does have
joke.
on doctor clothes.
Oh, she do? Okay, yeah. One of them strong, independent, don't need no man. I don't know.
Exactly. The
That
black
was
one is
my thought.
strong, independent, need no man, and the white one is made to move. And I didn't even arrange it like this. They were standing right, or they were hanging right next to each other. I didn't even arrange it this way.
Hey, wait a minute. Wait just a damn minute. That name changer, Big Pimpin'. Well, how did you get that just from looking at this damn doll?
How do you not get it, OG?
I
Hold
mean,
on, wait.
this other one. Wait a minute. This other one could be just, hey, This other one could be just, look. We do have gynecologists, right?
Yes, gynecologists exist. I don't
Okay,
have them. What do you mean
no,
say
I'm
we?
just saying for a woman, that, it used to be a practice of men, but then women got, they wanted to, not to be in front of a man with their legs gapped open. So we do have gynecologists. So I don't know how you get that independent thing from this one and the other one over there. She could just be an independent hoe. So I mean, either way you look at it, either way you look at it, wait a minute, either way you look at it, both of them are independent. If you want to look at it that way.
No, I don't.
She's an independent pussy seller, and there's another one that's a professional doctor.
One of them,
I'm just saying,
one of them is made to move, and she is busting it open for Ken. However, the other one is, oh no, I'm strong, independent. I can be anything. Yes, you could be anything, and you could also be get me a sandwich. But no,
yeah, wait a minute, a doctor make a good sandwich.
Doctoring.
Hey, game changer.
One is focused on pleasuring me. The other one is focused on being a vet and putting that weird tone
I understand. A game changer. I understand that. But see, you making these women maybe the ones you have been approaching or the ones been approaching you have been tunnel vision. Let me tell you something. A doctor make a good goddamn sandwich, and they do some good fucking in the bedroom. And so what I'm trying to tell you,
it doesn't matter. It's what you're teaching the kids to focus on.
No, I'm not just telling.
Wait. Focus on being a doctor. They should be focused on being a sandwich maker.
No, that's women. Women. This is why we got all these women. This is why we got all these IGs. This is why we got all these.
Hold on. Let me take it this route.
This is not reaching. Shut up, long tongue son. See, you don't understand. This falls into a pattern of behavior. Okay, there is a show out there right now where it's a little black girl doing operation on stuffed animals and shit. They are training these bitches to be anything but get me a damn sandwich. That is what they are doing.
Okay.
That is not reaching. Why do you think that they all like this? Why do you think that they all walk around with this strong, independent mindset? And guess what? They don't become doctors. They always fail somewhere between their sophomore year and they still wind up with an empty vagina for the rest of their goddamn life. Shout out to Kevin Samuels with the dog sound. This is not reaching.
I got you.
This is in Target. This isn't like some far off country where they fucking with people. This is in Target right now, just yesterday.
Okay, so I say again that maybe there are gonna be certain women who falls in the category that you are speaking of. I would be more than dumb and stupid myself to say that don't happen, but to challenge our women as far as what y'all don't believe we have a community, but in our community, to challenge them to be better and be better of themselves. I don't see anything wrong with them being professional and being able to bake you a pie at 12 o'clock in the morning if that's what you would request. And after she bake you a pie, give you all the pussy you can have till 6 o'clock in the morning before she go to work. Okay. So I don't have a problem. Wait, let me finish. Let me land this chop. You know I got a little bit of gas now. I got as much money as you got. So what I'm trying to say, game changer, when I see things, I know there's always two sides to any story. I prefer women to be a doctor, to be on IG all damn day, shaking their ass, and that's all they can do. Let me just be honest with you. You could be the best love maker in the world, and you can go 2 hours straight. You still got 22 hours in the daytime. What is left for them 22 hours? So what I'm trying to say, you can't have a sandwich coming to you 22 hours out of the day. She's got to have something to do. I mean, I can see if she got children or something like that, but I'm just talking about a one-on-one personal relationship. You would just get tired of her ass being around you all day.
And you want to know what she does when I get tired of her? Whatever the fuck the white doll is doing. She need to be out there made to moving in. She need to be out there exercising. She need to be out there doing Nam Yoho Ringe Kill. She need to be out there, and you go to the gym. You see those white girls on the treadmill with the ponytail going left and right for 45.
And they usually end up with both. They usually end up with bow-legged Willie with the third leg, like me. They usually end up with guys like me while you at home waiting for a sandwich. I got them somewhere laying down doing some real exercise. So that's what I'm saying is you got to watch what you ask for.
Whatever it is working. She is made
no, I'm telling you, you don't want her laying down with Willie with the third legs. You really don't want her doing that.
Doctors can make pies too. Well, OG, look at this picture and tell me where's the pie. Where is the pie?
No. Listen to what I'm saying.
Pie. They're not telling these young girls to make me a pie or get me a sandwich. They're telling them to do whatever the fuck she's doing in the background with the dogs and shit. That is what they're telling them.
Damn, I just realized they got a dog in there.
And they got an apple over there to make a pie.
That's not an apple. That's a ball.
That's a ball.
That's a ball for the dog.
They made a Barbie doll. They made a Barbie doll. I'm a PhD who got a dog and dying alone.
God dang. R.I.P.
Y'all stretching this too far. It's funny, but y'all stretching this too far. Y'all taking this. Wait, but look. Let me ask you something. Bernard brought up something, and I seen that video. Matter of fact, I had a discussion on that video about the lady in the gym. All right. See, the ladies in the gyms, I call them meat factories. That's all they are. They're meat factories. One way or the other. You can see the way she was taking off her clothes. She was acting like she was doing a strip tease. Let's just be honest. If you go back and look at that video, because I seen the whole video, she looked like she's doing a strip tease just before she getting ready. And she looked like she was looking to see was anybody else is looking at her.
She was.
So, okay. So what I'm trying to say, game changer, it's like the pool guy and the mailman. For you guys who want these women to stay home and read books and look at soap operas or daytime shows, these guys are really giving them the works. And special, a lot of these trainers are there when your women are gapping her legs, and sooner or later he go see something he wants to see. Yeah, I'm talking about training.
Whoa. What kind of stupid ass man will let his woman have a male trainer?
A lot of women in these gyms are having male trainers.
And they probably either don't got a man or they got a dumbass man.
No, that's what I'm just saying. They don't know when they just say, I got a gym membership. A lot of these guys don't know what goes on in these gyms.
But then they stupid. Then they stupid.
Well, I understand that. And I'm just saying that we got what Game Changer's saying, she should be somewhere in a gym. And if a gym is a meat factory in the first place, and the woman is halfway showing all her goods, that would be the last place where you want your woman to be at advertising.
He shouldn't let her go in there with the leggings that are designed to ride up in the ass crack, and they come right up to her.
There you go.
And they come right up to her pussy lips, and in there with a little T-top with cleavage and everything out. I mean, there are ways to manage a woman who works out. Like, damn.
Okay,
like,
but
Bernard,
Bernard,
why are you trying? Hold on.
Bernard.
Hold on.
When the last time you went to one of these gyms?
Hold on. Very recently. I don't know.
And what they wearing? What they wearing, bro? Let's just be honest.
It was a wide variety, but a lot of them was wearing some stuff that my woman for damn sure can't wear to the gym.
Oh, thank you. And that's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm telling you, that's not a small proportion of them wearing this shit. That's majority of them wearing this shit.
No, I made it clear. And shout out to everybody who's saying she's a veterinarian. I think I might be right, but either way it go, I like my narrative because it's funny. But
okay. I told you you're reaching a little bit.
No, it wouldn't reaching. Okay, I'll circle it back to there because, like, put it like this: if we was talking about racism and white supremacy and all of that, and how they send covert messages and propaganda, like you're the same person who came on here. If you're the same person that came on here, where they tried to They forced rap music upon us. They gave that to us. They inceptioned us with that. They made us do that because they wanted to steer our community in a certain way. It seemed like you, by that same logic, would try to say that they will make the girl Barbie Ken to be with Ken and engaging in activities that's conducive to getting Ken. But let's have the black Barbies engaging in doing stuff that's more conducive with her being able to not have a man, to not have a black Ken. Like so. But so you on one hand, wait a minute. On one hand, it's the evil overlords trying to inception us and manipulate us and propagandize us with certain stuff, and then Game Changer point out some of that same propaganda that you believe in, but because it puts black woman in a bad light, you want to forget everything that you normally talk about and put the cape on and say, no, that's not what it is. You can bake a pie too.
Bernard, can I say this? Nope. In the first place, you're making a bad example of a bad cake, bro. You just put icing on top of a warped, fucked up cake, because that wouldn't be me. I was part of the rap cultures when it got started in 1975, not the 80s that people really want to talk about. And so rap in them days was something totally different what it is today. So that wouldn't be my argument versus trying to put it together with this argument. So that wouldn't be me at all. So, but I understand there'll probably be people out there who would say stuff like that. But when you attach me to it, then you can pretty much throw that out the window. I'm not a good example of that because I believe poetry with music, beats, or whatever is a good thing for our community. But getting down to this right here, again, see, this is where we at in this country, man. I'm just be honest with you. Ain't nothing we can do right. Now, if they had her there, like when Disney did Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and then they did the black version of it and gave her bombs and gave her a mini skirt, and her cheeks hanging out way back in 1943. So I'm saying there's nothing that's good enough for us because whatever we see, we go see something wrong with it. I don't care. No, listen. No, let me finish.
If the racist was reversed on this, that would be them doing something right.
Okay,
if they had pie bacon Barbie and she was black, then they would be doing something right. And guess what? OG? And guess what? Chat room, smartasses. Has anybody ever seen a black Ken? Has anybody ever seen a black Ken? See, of course you don't, because all the black Barbies are strong and independent, and they don't want to mix the white Barbie with the black Ken. See, this is what's going on, and they know that if they ever made a black Ken, they'd have to give him a bigger.
What Ken is bi?
Like, huh?
Oh, whoa! Hold on. Okay, both of y'all just went out the window. You
Ken is bi.
Okay, wait a minute. He's not bi. He's non-binary. He don't have any junk down there. He's
That's what I'm saying.
If he was black, they'd have to give him junk.
No. Look what I'm saying.
No, Game Changer. You said if he was black, they had to give him a bigger junk. No, they would just have to start with any junk.
From what I understand, that there's a little bump out down there. That there's a little bump.
I haven't checked it, but I have read of it. But so maybe you have more insight. You have checked it and discovered what he has down there. I just ain't. It's not been that important.
No, they might have taken it away, but yeah, in the 80s,
but I'm just saying is the story behind him is he's supposed to be non-binary, like Bernard says, and then that would shows you that's telling you, look, man, all of this, what you're speaking on, you can take it one side or you can take it the other side, but try to make a theatrical of what it really is. You'll never know in the minds. I prefer her to have on a doctor suit than be twerking over a fucking sink. You know what I mean? Making you a sandwich. I just would prefer that.
What do you mean twerking over a sink?
Twerking.
And why does she have to do that to make me a sandwich?
Well, because you say, because Game Changer, about 6 months ago, you say black women twerk and do everything.
Twerking is an action that the kid would do.
Okay? No, but listen to what I just said.
They're not making a black woman domesticated Barbie because they don't look at black women as domesticated beings.
Okay,
they
so
don't.
Again,
they look at them as field workers.
Well, I would believe that. I mean, if you look at the Barbie, she still have the pink in the background, and she still has the soft colors and stuff like that. I don't see a black wall with stars with a fucking a disco ball in the back, with her with a doctor suit on. What I'm trying to say is, again, this is a white company, all right? They have the way to promote their dolls all they want to. I would like to see you get a counterpart of black doll makers and see what they have. See, this is our major problem. Now, I was trying to bring this up before. The way we've been set up in this country, I don't care what we are talking about. Some of us, most of us, go find something wrong with it. Just point blank. Because we are so torn between what's right, what's wrong, what fits us, what don't fit us, that we go have arguments over anything that we do. Or anyone else do towards us. Because we really don't know. No, I'm going to just be honest with you, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it on Bernard's Rally show. We don't know where the fuck we fit at.
Well, we know that we don't fit together, and that's because of shit like this. And you know something, OG? You are protecting this whole strong independent thing. And you want to know how I know? Because you like, oh, this is a white company, and then you deflect, well, get your own company.
Again.
Bringing to the attention of those who can make black Barbie doll companies that this shit is wrong, and this is why we should make
again. If you get that from my conversation,
you win, OG. You win.
No, if you get that from my Game Changer, if you get that, if you get wait a minute, again, if you get that from me,
always say that we should make a black company.
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying it's already out there. There are many doll makers out there.
We can make a black police force. Every time somebody could say that, but you don't.
No, again. There are many. I never said anything. No.
Because I am bringing this independent narrative to the public's attention.
You're making a straw man argument again.
You don't mind.
Look, my game changer.
And I want everybody to listen to this and listen
You're making
to
a
this
straw man
clearly. You wanna
argument.
know
I never
why?
said anything
Because
about
he's
white
the boomer.
supremacy.
He is
I
the
never said
boomer.
anything about
Why
anything, but you trying to
was
make your
coming out with
narrative.
this strong independent mindset in his generation, in his boomer generation, him and his kind sat and did nothing. And we have to deal with
And that's a bald-faced lie. That's a bald-faced lie. That's a bald-faced lie. That's a bald-faced. And see, that's the narrative y'all want to say. That's the narrative. Okay, you let me know when you through.
With this new third wave of
You let me know when you through.
on your watch. Okay, when they made the color purple, you didn't do shit.
Okay, again, you see, that's again. I can show you multitude of tapes.
They were out there marching, and they were out there Apriling, and they were out there Maying every fucking month, and you didn't do shit. Okay.
Now you finished? You finished?
No.
You finished, so I can prove you a liar. Can you finish so I can prove you a liar?
I was there.
I'm gonna prove you a liar. I'm gonna prove you a liar. I'm gonna prove you a liar. Let me get it in. I'm gonna prove you a liar. When Color Purple came out, the first 3 videos that Minister Farrakhan pointed everybody to was how Hollywood was taking a certain writer because she wrote 3 things within that year in the 90s. Wesley Snipes was in one of the other movies. And so what I'm telling you, that this is the things that we speak about. These are the things we talk to our sisters about. These are all national tapes and international tapes. So don't say that we didn't protest against Hollywood. The Nation of Islam have never protested against Hollywood by the things that they were trying to feed our minds. So that's number one. That's number one of your mistakes. Okay, let me finish. I'll let you went on for a rant. Look, I let you went on for a rant, brother. I'm just finna clear up some stuff. I'm finna sweep up the flow now. Okay? Now again, if you ever would spend any time of the day with me or go and listen to a lot of my content, you would understand I have been on the broadcast and straighten women how they talk to me. I don't let women talk to me any kind of way. I don't give a damn what color they are. I have actually been on broadcasts on other people's shows where I had to put my foot in women just yesterday. And so what I'm trying to tell you is you have a delusional understanding of who the fuck I really am. What I try to do is come to the table and let us know, we ain't never lost our power, bro. I know a lot of you out there think we lost our power. We just starting to refuse to use it. Because when you put your foot down and you stand in your square, a lot of this shit that we talk about in this space, remove that shit. It's like when I became a Muslim, I had a lot of friends disappear from me. Because you know why? Because they know I had a standard. They know I had a certain way I looked at things. And they didn't invite me to the parties. They didn't invite me to the barbecues and all that because they know I came with a standard. And what I'm trying to say...
Well, you speak in our language now.
Well, I've been speaking y'all language, but y'all just ain't listening to it. I've been speaking your language. I put up about the age thing when you had this conversation when was brother going out bragging about banging some chick back there. I put the thing up and showed you there's a couple of states don't even have an age. As long as the parent consent to it, they don't have an age. By law, they don't have an age.
That's true, and and
so what I'm trying to... I think, hold on, real quick.
I think to some degree, that's kind of how R. Kelly got off. Because if the parents would have showed up to court, and basically their absence was basically them okaying it, and so that's how he got off.
Right, and so for us to understand this law, if a parent can pimp out their child, it's the same thing as a child can go and get emancipation and get and separate themselves from their parents, where they can make their own decision at whatever age, if they can prove to the court for that emancipation. I think what y'all give me so much pushback from is, I understand this is a male channel. These are things we are discussing the males, but I always have the belief, if you go on offense, or you go play defense all the time. If you just go play defense, you go get punch drunk. You got to be able to know what the other offense is doing so you can play a good defense, and then you can set yourself up to play offense. I think what I do is come in and tell both sides of the story so you know what the full game that you are playing. And by the time they catch up to what you don't did and standing on your square, they are playing catch up. And I think that's why I get a lot of pushback from a lot of guys when y'all think I'm caping, but I'm not. I'm telling you, you got the power, you got the strength. Only thing you have to do is be willing to use it. Now, is there gonna be some hurdles?
All right.
You gonna be some hurdles you got to jump over? Oh yeah, there's gonna be some hurdles you got to jump over.
When it's talking about moving in strength from a position of power in your individual life, I think we got that covered. I don't allow a man to come on my show and say that he's weak. I say I'm weak and I can't do anything because of A, B, C, and D. No, you're a goddamn man. You stand on your square and you do what you got to do. And if that calls you, if that results in you just standing alone, then stand alone as a man. Like, come on, like we already with that. What happens is when we talk about broader societal issues that are throwing stuff out there that's going to, one, probably cause less men to be firm and standing on their square, and more women to operate not in the overall best interest of the unit, then that's when you try to argue with us. And that's where that's where the cape come in. But if you just want to say, oh, damn, all the broader, larger sociological perspective, looking at the social dynamics between men and women on a broad scale, but just stand on your chest, on your square as a man, beat your chest and do what you got to do. Yeah, we with that part. That's I don't want to say that's the easy part, but I think that's the part that we conquered, the individual, but it's still a society burning to the ground.
I think you got it in reverse.
We gonna talk about that.
Hey, Bernard, I think you got it in reverse. If you had said the reverse, you've been absolutely true. Explain. I think the thing I talk about is on a broader perspective versus the individual, because I don't have to talk about the individual. I can tell you already got your power, so I don't waste my no time on talking about that part. I talk about the broader. When I talk about the broader, let me just tell you what I talk about the broader. All right? Like, when you got people out there with all these complaints, I look at it just like the neighborhood. You got 15 people down on the block, and you got 500 people in that neighborhood. Just say in that neighborhood, you got 15 knuckleheads. All right, I'm saying to you, why are you complaining about the 15 knuckleheads when all the other 400 something people are being successful and just doing a day-to-day thing, trying to survive? You're letting 15 knuckleheads tap your goddamn community. So
because of boomers like you, those 15.
No, I'm getting into that. Before you get, wait, I'm getting into that. Game changer. This was my last sum up, but Bernard cut in, so I wanted to finish. I wanted to finish. Hold on. GC, hey, hold on.
Wait. I can't even hear. Well, honestly. GC, OG might drown you out. I couldn't hear you anyway.
Okay,
so let OG finish, and then you.
Okay, I want to finish out. See, this is the ironic. This is ironic that y'all don't understand things. Y'all sit down and say that no. The way I'm telling you, the way he explained it, but not you, a person. This is the way he explained it. See, one thing y'all don't understand, and I think you really don't see the importance of. When you say we was sitting around doing nothing, bro, when you was talking about we sitting around doing nothing, the only defense mechanism that these women has today is they have a counterpart who has more money than you, who hire you just like he hires her. She can always lean on him as the spare tire. That y'all say the invisible man in the room.
The hiring supervisor, the hiring middle management supervisor at the company she works for?
No, what I'm saying is the same people who hire her hires you. Because if you really think about it, most of all the black companies in America don't hire no more than 1 or 2 employees. I mean, by average.
Agreed with that. So
what I'm trying to say is,
no. Okay.
I'm trying to answer your question. Bernard. I'm trying to answer your question, Bernard. So, when you say that the boomers didn't do anything, I'm gonna tell you what we did do, bro.
Nothing.
Okay. Let me finish. Let me get it in, and we'll let everybody else see that we did nothing. When we had men out there getting their scrotums and women out there getting their breasts bitten off by a four-legged dog, sicked on them by two-legged dogs, and water holes skeeting on us, and y'all little marches y'all do today. Wait a minute, y'all little marches y'all do today is nothing compared to the shit we had to go through and who people we're fighting. We're fighting the same man who support her today, and we faced him head up. And y'all sat around and complained about what I call the second person. We went to the first person and took our grievances.
Bernard, can I go?
No, let me finish. Let me wrap this up. Yeah, you can go. We took our grievances to the first person. And then we had to come home from a job or protesting or whatever just to survive and be treated as a man, to get respect as a man. Here you are.
God damn it.
Wait a minute. Here you are, game changer. You having problems just getting respect from your fucking woman, and we had a whole nation that we had to fight against. So you say we did nothing? Let me tell you something. I don't know if you tiptoed through the daisies or what the fuck you trying to say. But what I am trying to tell you, my brother, what you having a hard time with now, we was beating the man who's supplying her with the shit she has today. So don't sit down and somebody, you're not able to get on this YouTube if we didn't do nothing. Okay? You're not able to go in a restaurant if we didn't do nothing. You don't have the right to vote if we didn't do nothing.
All right, everybody respects the civil rights movement.
No.
Can I go? All right,
Yeah,
go ahead, GC.
Civil rights movement. And you want to know whose movements it was? Your parents. God damn it. Your ass didn't do shit. What was you, a drummer boy? You was 4 years old when that happened. That's not you. Stop taking the credit for the shit that the people before and after you did. And you say that we have trouble with our women. You want to know where our women are?
I was born in 1959, bro. I was born in 1959, bro.
Exactly.
I was born in 1959. So you take 50. Wait a minute. When you take 59s and you wait a minute. That's one thing the family used to do. They used to bring their kids with them, bro. They used to bring their kids with them, bro. I understand that you want to play the tingle. They used to bring their kids with you. So that would have made me that would have made me 8 years old in 19. That would have made me 8 years old in 67. That would have made me 9 years old.
Your turn to speak, Boomer. No.
Okay, but you can't. You don't get my dates mixed up.
Could you check this dude? I remained silently throughout his whole old man babble. It's my turn to speak. You see how he's trying to take credit for the shit that happened?
Hey, bro, put a little bass in your voice right about now.
Hold on.
I can't even listen to you. Put some bass in your voice.
Hold on. Wait.
Put some bass in your voice so I can listen to you.
Time out. Hold on, real quick. OG, I let you empty your whole clip, and it was a bunch of ill-advised shots that I do want to respond to my damn self. But we gotta let GC get it all the way out. All right.
Thank you. Now, he's talking about, we was bit by a German Shepherd and got a balls and scrotum bit off and blah, 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 blah. You see how he's taking the credit for the stuff that the generation before him did? He was born in 1959. Civil Rights Act was 1964. He's talking about we was bit by German Shepherd. That is bullshit. Okay? By the time he was 20 in 1979 and then 25 in 1984, that's when all the shit came out. That's when all the Color Purple and shit came out. That is when the ball was dropped.
It was the 80s.
Nope. The generation before you is when the ball
80s.
The generation and your generation was when the ball was dropped. Okay.
I know you got your G&D, but it was the 80s.
Man. Every fucked up thing that happened.
It was the 80s, bro.
All right, OG, quit interrupting. Hold on, OG, quit interrupting. Saying it was the 80s. Hold on, if you was born in 59, okay, 1980s, that would make you 21.
Okay, so the fight didn't start. The fight didn't start. Wait a minute, the fight was still going on to 1970, bro.
Okay.
Okay, so what would have made me?
11.
It would make me 11, right? My father born in 1909. What would have made him?
It's your father's fight.
Okay, again. So I'm in the same goddamn household. What the fuck you think I am? Just came from Mars or something?
No. That ain't how you said it.
It was a family thing, bro. Do you understand that?
I understand that.
Okay, well, what the fuck are y'all talking about?
All right, go ahead.
Didn't do shit. You was playing with white GI Joes while your dad was out.
Most certainly, I didn't have no white G.I. Joe, bro.
Okay, well, you was playing with black roadblock GI Joes.
I didn't have no G.I. Joe, bro.
OG, why you just can't let him get it out?
Because I'm not gonna sit up here and try to let him bitchify of my fucking life in the first place. I'm not gonna let him sit out here and bitchify about my life in the first place. That's number one. Number one, you need to get a little more bass in your goddamn voice before you start speaking to me in the first goddamn place.
Not taking credit for better generations. Okay?
You need to get a little more bass in your voice when you start talking to me. Now you can talk to them females that way, but to talk to me, you need to have a little more bass in the voice and to be a little more truthful about what you're saying.
Feminism and crack took over during your generation. Every fucked up thing that happened.
How you was when crack came into existence?
What's that?
How were you when crack came into existence, Candyman?
2.5. How old were you?
You was 2.5. Wait a minute. You 2.5 when crack cocaine came in. Let me ask you again. So how old are you, Game Changer? Can I ask you again? How old are you?
15.
But now, do you know how old is Game Changer?
I'm younger than you.
Early 40s.
Now he say he was 2.5. Wait a minute, when he say 2.5 when the crack epidemic happened. It happened in 87 to 90s. So what are you talking about?
Now fill up the prison system. Those 15 knuckleheads took over and y'all didn't do shit. The whole damn.
What are you talking about?
It was like a don't do shit generation.
Wait a minute. The nation was known to goddamn go into the projects and help out when no one else was helping out. Again, I'm telling you, that misinformation you got going on, bro, ain't working.
In particular, told
wait a minute, you say me in particular? Motherfucker, once you go up and look at some pictures, wait. Once you go and look at some pictures with me in uniform, I didn't put on that uniform just to goddamn take a picture with. Go and look at the pictures, bro. Go and look at the pictures. Go and look at the pictures, bro. Go look at the Dr. Colley and see who was on his square.
Something for future generations.
Okay. So again,
all right. Hold on, wait, real quick.
For my generation, but raised a bunch of fat ass belligerent bitches, and then say why we got problem marrying your fucking daughters. Why?
Again. All my kids your age.
All right.
And they ain't fat.
I know you going back to the individual. I put it like this, OG. I do think you as an individual man stood on your square, did a good job raising your kids, was there for your family, was a strong man, you was a part of the Nation of Islam. I do believe you are everything that you say you were. And the older you get, the better you used to be. But
that was fun as hell. Say that again. I don't think you get that out again.
That's what they say about athletes when they keep telling their stories about when it's like the older they get, the better they were back in their day. But anyway, but no, I do believe that you are or were the man that you said you were back then. But I do think GC is making a valid point about after that civil rights movement era, after that civil rights movement ended. That was when, that second wave of feminism started. That's when the free love movement started. That's when women started changing. That was those were like the original slut walks where they could do what they want, when they want, act how they want, because they free and can't nobody tell them shit. And then they they start, more babies out of wedlock. The women start being fat and unruly and out of pocket and fuck y'all men and all of that. And that's when all of that started. And he's saying that a lot of that boomer generation of men just said, hey,
you're talking about two different cultures.
No. I'm just laying out his argument just in case people ain't here because he was talking over him.
Okay.
He's saying that boomer generation of men saw all that happening and they was like, yeah, but it's a lot of fast, easy pussy out here. So we just gonna roll with it. And then now the next generation is living in the aftermath of that lack of leadership from the men who was just enjoying the free love pussy. That's Game Changer's argument. And that all that free love pussy resulted in the babies that were born, who grew up, became the kids, the early 20s, late teens, and the 80s, selling all the crack and doing the crack era and all of that stuff. So all that's what he's saying, and he's saying it was your generation. Even though you were a strong man, Nation of Islam on your square, doing right by those who you cared about. He's saying that generation of men dropped the ball.
I think you had to put it into the right context, Bernard.
Okay.
You got to understand the free love thing was not of us. That was in the early 60s. That was white people. Well, okay, let me just finish. That was white people. The flower child, the dying T-shirts and all that bullshit. That was them. Okay, y'all forget in '60 we were still in a war. Y'all forget that.
No, but a lot of that stuff
okay,
it went into the 70s. Come on,
okay,
now.
Well, no, I'm bringing you up to the 70s now. Can I bring you up to the 70s? Okay, now I'm talking about we were still in war. All right, let me finish. We were still in war at that time. All right, that didn't clear up to the 70s, and that's when a lot of these brothers came home that game changers are talking about, who was fucked up from that war. That's when marijuana integration came in the early 70s, started busting people into the schools. That's when blacks was busting to schools, and whites was busting out of schools, and we was just doing this new shit. All right, and you got a war that has not been over yet. Marijuana came into our communities very hard, before hard drugs. Marijuana came into our communities in the early 70s. A lot of these brothers who went over there and fought the war, they are the ones, the biggest weed smokers and stuff like that, because marijuana was not heavy in our community before the 70s. And so what I'm trying to tell you is, when you put everything in perspective and you just try to put it under a microscope and have tunnel vision, yeah, you can get the outcome the game changers say, just like you can do that today or tomorrow or somewhere in the near future. But I'm trying to say, if you don't put all this stuff in content where you're trying to blame people for what you are dealing with today, that's just the way evolution happens. But you have to put it in perspective. People wasn't just sitting around and trying to make this shit happen. There were people like me. I'm not the only person on the block who was trying to raise their family. I'm not the only person on the block who was trying to do the right thing. I'm not the only person on the block who was still fighting to be a black man in the 70s. So what I'm trying to tell you is, the results of what we have today, the residues we have today, it's consistent. It's been a movement ever since we came to this country. And so for one person try to blame us for all the faults of what they are dealing with today, that's just downright wrong. And not only is it wrong, it's not even true.
All right.
Crickets.
Oh no, I was passing it to Game Changer. I ain't have nothing. I mean, you didn't. Personally, to me, you ain't say a whole lot. But I'm just playing. But no, Game Changer. Do you want to respond?
Here's the thing.
Boy, you funny as hell today, boy. You must be listening to some Richard Pryor last night.
If you want me if you want me to respond, I will respond. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, because I mean I got nothing to it. He basically just said that a lot of things went wrong because a lot of people were having some issues, whether they was coming back from the war, whether it was some drugs that they didn't know how bad these drugs was, what kind of effect it was going to have, and it was all kind of little stuff going on as the reason why certain balls were probably dropped. I mean, okay, sure.
No, Bernard. Here's the
but
thing.
No, listen.
Right quick.
Go ahead.
Their generation was the first generation where things went right. Okay, they talk about the war and blah blah blah. When is America not in war, and when is black people not fighting in those fucking wars? Okay, let's be clear.
But we was in a war that people didn't. They was half and half in this country about it. Do you understand? Black soldiers came back, white soldiers came back, and got spit on. Do you understand that? Do you understand that black and white soldiers came back and got spit on because people was they was in half in this country?
OG, let them.
We was in a different type of war, bro.
We let you talk, OG. Let Game.
But I'm not gonna let this motherfucker get up here and tap dance and lie on all kinds of shit. No, I'm not tapping. This motherfucker tapping with a fucking miniskirt on.
God damn. This is the first time. Their generation was the first time that things went right. It was the first time that
we had a president was left the office for lying, bro. What are you talking about? This country was in ramshack.
Look a white man in the eye.
Do you understand? This country was in ramshack. We had a president for the first time who had to leave the office.
All right, OG, it's legit getting out of control. OG, let Game Changer. Let him get it out.
But I'm just not going to sit up there and let him lie about shit, Bernard.
He ain't lying.
My point is that
no, he's lying. He's actually lying.
My point
no, I don't. OG, it's a difference between. Hold on, wait. Time out. It's a difference between lying and being incorrect. If he's incorrect, let him get it all the way out, and then I'll let you correct him if he's incorrect. But don't call him a liar.
Well, when he opened his mouth, he's gonna be incorrect. He wasn't even goddamn but 2 years old. He read about this shit. I lived this shit.
Damn right. And I read about slavery.
And you still got breast milk on your lap right now, motherfucker. You like 2 weeks away from breast milk. Trying to talk shit all the time.
All right. We gonna let him talk breast milk and all. Go ahead, Game Changer.
Man. Okay. My point is that black people in this country has always suffered hardship. Okay, always. In each and every single generation after emancipation and during emancipation, shout out to the brothers who fought in the Civil War to get us our freedom. Each and every single generation has handled its adversities, which was greater than the Vietnam War, has handled its adversities better than the boomers. Each and every single one. Whether we're talking about how in one generation of being free, we have black universities, college educated brothers, even though we have people like Frederick Douglass, we had all this stuff. Each and every single generation of Tuskegee Airmen and Martin Luther King, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., each and every single generation, we handled our problems properly. It was the boomers that fucked it up. Okay, it was the boomers that took our excellence and traded it for weed and pussy. It was the boomers that did that. It was the boomers that seen those 15 dudes on the block and didn't do shit, no matter how they was influencing the next generation into depravity. It was the boomers that fucked up. Oh, but Vietnam War and reefer, I don't want to hear that shit. There was generations that survived an entire.
Keep on, you gonna sound like Aretha Franklin, bro.
Yeah, okay.
Get a little bass in that voice.
There was generations that survived entire whole world wars, okay, where they weren't even allowed to fight along white people, okay? I don't want to hear this shit. Admit your fuck up. Admit your fuck up so we can pick up the ball that your generation dropped.
You can't even pick up your own balls, number one. That's number one with y'all generation. Y'all can't even pick up your own fucking balls.
Hold on.
Oh, go ahead.
Man Doom is saying this. Okay, grown man blaming his reality on a previous generation is laughable to me. I don't think that's what's happening. I mean, I do know a little bit about Game Changer. He is successful in his own reality. He's just talking about the state of everything as a whole and how it went wrong. So don't confuse that with somebody sitting in their basement and not doing nothing with their life, but blaming somebody from a previous generation. That ain't what's happening here. So don't straw man the show. Don't straw man the show. I don't like that.
Kind of sound like it.
Okay, Game Changer, you can respond directly.
No, I gotta respond. I gotta respond to his ass. All that filibuster he just laid on the fucking floor. Now I gotta mop it up now.
Go for it.
Okay, again, you start off with the Civil War, bro. The Civil War was not about a slavery. The Civil War was about.
But see, I gotta interrupt. Like Nat Turner saying that Victim Olympics. Like I don't play the Victim Olympics.
Well, but that's what he put it out there. He put it out there, Bernard. So I'm answering what he put out on the plate. He said that the generation in the Civil War, it was not about slavery, bro. Matter of fact, the North.
One thing. Hold on. Just
okay, let me finish.
Quick. I'm sorry. Hold on. Wait. It's one thing to point out where things went wrong and got fucked up societally. It's another thing to say because these things messed up on a large societal scale, this is the reason why I'm a failure. I don't allow men to talk like that on my show.
Well, I don't think Game Changer did that. No, what he's saying, what he was trying to say, Bernard, what he was trying to get over everybody's head that, and even in that generation, the men stood up and did what they had to do. Let me tell you something. The North was losing the war against the South because both commanders in chief was taught in the same school, so their war tactics was the same. Again, Abraham Lincoln said himself in his own papers, if he could have kept the 13 colonies together, he would never have pledged war against the South. It's only due to the fact that the South was trying to print their own currency and trying to do their own thing where they didn't want to pay taxes to the federal government. And that's what that war was about. Now, the freedom of black people was introduced into that time due to the fact that they knew they needed people to rebel against the slave owners, because the slave owners was making all the money by selling cotton all over this planet. That was the greatest resource we had. So to get that into right perspective. So again, going back even to coming back what you talking about, you don't want to hear about busing. You act like things that are happening to you in real time don't affect what's really going to happen in the future or where you at the time you are going through these things. For you to say that a war or a president who had to step down, being bused to different schools out of your neighborhoods, all right, being introduced to a totally different culture with white people outside of the TV into real life, and brothers coming back from a war that nobody, half of the country was against, and it was getting more of the majority of the country was starting to be against the war. Were actually white guys, black guys, whoever had on uniform was spit on when they got here. So to bring these guys back in, because you had to know at that time the front line was mostly a lot of brothers. We was drafted heavy numbers. A lot of white people they could send their kids to Canada or go whatever they wanted to. We was drafted heavy. So we got a lot of brothers back here who was totally fucked up in the head. And for you to not understand in a time that you just got your civil rights in the 60s, to be thrown in all this shit by the 70s, you know it had to have some effect on us. So you act as if we were just sitting back, watching brothers sell drugs in the neighborhood and not struggling just to be a human being and be respected as a man and trying to keep your household together at the same time. You act as if none of these things have to play and what was really happening in our lifetime. And that's why I think you're disingenuous in your conversation.
All right. Shout out to Judge Zilla. He says, why is Brandon, I don't know why you calling him Brandon. Is that like the Let's Go Brandon thing? Why you calling him Brandon Speed? Hope you ain't doxing. But anyway, he says, why is Brandon Speed allowed to speak about the Civil War, but GC can't speak about the 60s and 70s without interruption? Fair question. We'll take it.
Answer that question.
Okay.
You see, another thing that their generation wasn't prepared for, like integration and desegregation and things like that. Another thing that their generation wasn't prepared for was color TV. The invention of color TV fucked up their attention span to the point where they can't let other people speak without interrupting. They like, ooh, all the colors, there's 8 of them. It's no more black and white. Therefore, my attention span is fucked. That's why we get the constant interruptions. Now, furthermore, we talk about the Civil War.
We usually interrupt our children, bro.
We talk about the Civil War.
We usually interrupt our children, bro. And you are fucking children. You are a child of me.
OG, man. Come on. That was a good line. But 2, chill out, man. You clowning, man. Come on. Go ahead.
If you just got to know. But not if you just got to know. It used to be a time when elder people or older people don't let their children just go off on spatulas.
Listen. All right, one Game Changer's a grown ass man in his 40s.
Yeah, but he's still a child of me. And you're still a fucking child of me. And really, when he speak the way he's speaking, I know he's a child.
No. You still can't just come on my show and just say you carte blanche. You're just going to interrupt somebody because you've determined that you don't.
No, when he put my name in. Wait. I never put his name in anything. Wait a minute. See, you got to discuss my points. What he usually do is put me in to his discussion. I can deal with him. Wait a minute. I can deal with him discussion. Wait a minute. I can deal with him discussion saying at this time we didn't accomplish this. At this time we didn't accomplish that. But when he put me in it, that's when he started to sound like a child to me. Because he a person attacking me, not my issues.
All right. When you're a person attacking my voice, not my issues.
Well, that's only started when you start acting that way, bro.
I'm gonna just write it off to color TV. Okay, Boomer. Now, back to the Civil War. I agree with OG on the Civil War that it was not fought about slavery. However, in exchange for the efforts of the black men who fought in the Civil War, they were emancipated. So thank you, brothers, for our emancipation. You're right. Lincoln would have kept slavery going if he didn't need the soldiers. The South was offering individual freedom, and the North was offering blanket freedom, which means that the men who were already free in the North went back to the South to fight their former masters for the freedom of their brethren. That's called caring about somebody else other than yourself. These are men who were not afraid of the 15 white boys with muskets, unlike the boomer generation who worried about the 15 niggas on the block. Okay? These were men who fought for the future of the black race. Salute.
I'm on broadcast now. You need to wait. And when my door is shut,
salute
you don't need to be hollering in my door. I have told you that many a times.
Damn it. God damn it.
He was talking to somebody else.
Okay. Anyway.
Talk to Derek and Juice this morning. They're the one who was on.
God damn, I muted him so he could talk to her. He unmuted himself and then started back talking to her.
Yeah.
The hell?
What you talking about, Bernard?
No, you was talking to somebody behind the scenes. I muted you. So
okay, I was trying to mute. Okay, this is what happened. Bernard.
Okay, I
was trying to mute.
I know what happened.
Okay, cool. So now you know. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, because I muted you and you didn't see me mute you. Then you tried to mute yourself and you thought you unmuted yourself, but you thought you muted yourself. Now I get it. Okay, cool. All right, GC, did you wrap up what was going on?
My point is that every single generation prior to the boomers had a series of pure excellence to where they moved the community forward. And that was the generation the ball was dropped. Hey, everybody has a generation of fuck ups, okay? Like, I think in Rome, it was like the 400 generation. Like, if you was born like in 380 AD or something, you was the fuck up generation. And there goes Rome, okay? So everybody has a generation of fuck up, and ours just happened to be yours.
I'll take that, but y'all don't seem to be doing too good in y'all generation.
We're trying to fuck up your generation.
No. I'm saying I'm not. Look, let me tell you something, bro. All the women I fucked back in the 70s, I'm pretty sure you ain't fucking them. They too old. They don't put their pussy on the shelf. Most of them are probably even dead now. So the women you are dealing with right now
are their daughters.
Wait. It's gonna be your problem to clear it up. But I'm gonna tell you the major problem you are having. If you think a living human being is worth nothing other than fucking and making you a sandwich, you ain't gonna never clear that problem up. Because that is a thinking human being. She's not a fucking robot.
And okay, here's the thing, OG. I'm not saying that that's all they're for. However, your parents' generation, that's what the women did. Okay? And they did a whole lot better. When I say, okay, put it like this, OG. When I talk about those generations prior, all of them and all of their excellence, what were the women doing while the men was out musketing a fucking bearded white boy, in a gray uniform? What were the women doing? They were fucking and making sandwiches. Okay. What were the women doing while the Tuskegee Airmen were out there shooting down Nazis? Okay. What were the women doing? They were fucking and making sandwiches.
I'm pretty sure there were some, just as a human nature, that there's always going to be some fucking going on. So you're not too far away from that. But if you thinking that each generation...
I'm saying that we were doing well when the women were fucking and making sandwiches.
Well, you got to understand, this is why I try to give you some continuity of what happened.
I'm saying that society worked better.
It didn't just happen with the boomers, bro.
I'm saying that black society worked better when the women understood kitchen and bedroom. That was their world. Our society worked better. And
in the 80s,
this is the part. Hold on, wait, real quick. This is the part that bothers me, because even though, yes, Game Changer uses colorful language, and I understand why it triggers some women. Understand why it triggers women, and understand why it triggers some men. Okay, I don't get it, but okay, I'll just go with it.
I got
At
daughter.
the end of the day,
I got a daughter.
Okay, fair enough. But at the end of the day, what he's ultimately advocating for is for women to be in more of a traditional-ish kind of role when it comes to family, husband, and children. And he's also advocating for men to also step up and do what they got to do to be right on the male side of it. And that's essentially what I'm assuming that you had in your marriages, given the outcomes that you say that your kids had. So Game Changer is really advocating for something that you lived and you're fighting against them on it.
No, I'm not
Make it
fighting
make
against it.
sense.
No. I'm not making it sense
It's just you
because
don't like the cultural
okay.
language.
No. I'll explain my case, Bernard.
All right.
Let me explain my case. See, I don't believe you can dance with the devil and not deal with what the devil has to offer you. All right. Number one, none of my wives have ever worked outside the house. You can't be in two places at the same time. All right? So my children always had a caretaker who had the best interest of them, not dropping them off at some fucking nursery or sending them to some goddamn school for the first 7 years. Wait, let me finish the game chain. First 7 years. You got to understand, in the 70s and the 80s, the tradition changed in this country. When women went into the workforce, was not only went into the workforce, they was pushed into the workforce because it was better to have two paychecks for the government versus having one. You got to look at the economic side of this too. So that's what I'm saying. When you try to look at the overall picture and try to make it one thing that made it fail, you got to look at all the things was coming down the assembly line that the people at that time had to go through. At this time in this country, other than World War II, the women has not been largely employed in warehouses making and doing shit. They were usually in the household. That's how the family structure was in America. But when the change came about, you had these talk shows, lady talk shows. You had the government trying to force women outside the house, even going to the point of telling them not to even breastfeed because the breast milk for the baby wasn't good for the baby. Similac was. So you got to understand all these things coming down the assembly line before you start blaming everything on an individual community. That's what I'm trying to say. You are being barbaric with a lot of bullshit that you are putting up with today. But these are the same things coming down our necks right now. What you have to deal with now is motherfuckers on a birth certificate can put woman or a girl or boy. We're going to see how y'all fight against that shit. All right? So when you start complaining about what we didn't do, look all the shit they're putting on your assembly line right now.
Okay. Now, I'd like to. I would like for you to understand that what I'm about to say is not hostility towards you.
Yes, sir.
And nor is it hostile towards you. Okay. You said something very interesting. You said that the problems began when the women started entering the workforce en masse. And then you said that there was a propaganda issue engine, through talk shows and things like this that put them into the workforce. And then you said that the logic.
I said the government. Get it right. I said the government was forcing
the government. Okay. There was a propaganda engine in the form of the government that was pushing them, into the workforce.
And we're fighting the 15 guys on the block.
Come on, let them go.
And 15 guys on the block, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. No, I get that.
Unemployment rates.
What I'm saying, OG, is that engine is still on. Bernard, could you put up the picture, please? What I'm saying, and what I was saying earlier, is that engine, that propaganda engine that is putting women into the workforce as opposed to in the homes, OG, is still on. This was taken yesterday. That engine is still on. I'm trying to turn it off, or at least let people know that it's on. I want this engine off. Apparently, it's been on since the first episode of Oprah that this engine has been on since the 70s. I want it off. And when I tell people that this engine is on, I don't want to hear the people who, and this is no offense to you, I don't want to hear the people who was there when the engine was originally turned on saying that there's nothing wrong with this. You know that it's something wrong with this because you just admitted that the problems began when they entered the workforce. When they left the kitchen and the bedrooms, problems happened. Therefore, the solution to the problem is kitchen, bedroom. In
Game
fact,
changer.
look at some
Game
of the
changer.
old timey
I,
homes.
I understand what you're trying to. You get your point.
I look at some of the old timey homes. My grandparents' home. Do you know that the kitchen has a door in it? The kitchen has a door in it, so they don't look into the living room and get ideas. No, it's that's how. But now the kitchens don't even have doors. They just look into the living room and thinking that they us. This is what we got to move past. Is
Game changer.
God damn it.
You got to you women. I'm saving you. I understand where you want to go with this, bro. But what I'm trying to tell you, game changer, you are never gonna be able to stop women in the workforce. That's just forgettable. Wait. Let me just say.
Talking about.
Okay, well, listen what I'm going to tell you, right? The way the laws are set up in this country, we all have equal protection of the law and have the right to have the wealth of this country. That's man, woman, even a child at 14 years old get work permit and work. What I'm trying to say is, I think you would spend a better value of time trying to maneuver inside what's never go change. Like I did, I just told you my wife, neither one of them worked. Okay? So what I'm trying to tell you, if you go fight this battle, you got to fight it inside a battle inside of a battle. There are women who are out there who's not willing to, who wants to have that strong man who's a leader, a man who's going to protect her, and a man who's going to provide for her. But you can't ask for the hoe to go out there, or the bitch you want to call them, and then go out there and work and come back and be a traditional woman. You got to have one or the other, bro. That's what I'm trying to say is, y'all want women to do double time and then come back and be this feminine woman that you are having your imagination. The only way you're going to have a woman like that is you got to take her out of the workforce. And I'm just for each individual person. But as the masses, you're never going to be able to stop women from working.
This is a matter of the picture I showed you was a matter of influence the daughters for the next generation. I don't really mess with adult women that play with Barbie dolls. You see, oh, excuse me. The thing about other generations besides the boomers is that they understood the need to do stuff for others, for a larger communities, not just themselves. They didn't have this mentality of, oh, I got mine. I got mine and fuck everybody else, including my kids. You see, the civil rights that your parents' generation participated in wasn't about them. They had already spent half their whole damn life on the back of a bus. It wasn't about them. It was so y'all can have certain liberties that didn't exist prior to that. Okay, they did something. They gave something to the next generation, as every generation before them has given to them. It was your generation that took from the previous generations and didn't give shit but a bunch of fat bitches to the next. So that is what I'm saying, OG. You know, we are doing this because the reason why I brought that up is because I'm pointing out the influence that they had for the next generation. Now, you talk about Gen X and people like that. I was watching here locally in San Lorenzo, well, not locally as far as in the Bay Area, but East Bay. But they had a library where they had the drag queen story hour, and a bunch of white guys went to that and didn't shout, didn't threaten, didn't do anything, but they were just there, and they were called white supremacists, and they were arrested, I believe, just for being in a public library. So you're right.
I said that to Bernard about a week and a half ago about that. So I'm telling you.
I know I am a child relative to you, but please.
Okay.
My point is that they are concerned with the influence that is being bestowed upon their children's generation, and they are acting against it. As am I, even without children.
Okay, these are legitimate concerns for the future, not the present, not ourselves.
Okay, and so I'm saying to you to say to that is you are starting to have a discussion about something that's trying to get started versus something that's already happened. And so that's the difference. Because Florida just signed a law. Don't say gay law. Just wrote it into law. I was just looking at it. And so there are people in your generation who are doing things before they get started versus trying to take women out of the workforce. You just fighting an uphill battle, bro. Women are not going to never stop working. That's over.
You want to know who else fought an uphill battle? The black men in the Civil War that we talk about, the Tuskegee Airmen, the Buffalo Soldiers, basically, and the brothers in Vietnam.
That was certain issues. And you know what? It took a whole country. It took a whole country, GC. It took a whole country. It took a whole half of the country to fight that war. You talking about a community. You're talking about just black people in general. We're not talking about a whole country or being supported. No, you're not talking about a whole country being supported.
So you're telling me, hold on, right quick. You're telling me as a representative of the boomers, of the black boomers, that your stance is you can't win because the fight is uphill. Now, if I
didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Oh my God! If I want to charge the boomers with not doing shit, and your response is don't do shit when we see this Barbie situation, then yes, I am going to charge your generation with not doing shit.
Okay.
And I'm going to charge them with continuing to not do shit.
I said you read too much into the dog, bro. That's all I said. You read too much into the dog.
All right. I do want to get somebody else.
Go ahead, General. How you doing, General? I ain't seen you in a long time.
OG, relax. Eugene Thompson, thank you for the super chat. I do appreciate that. He says OG has more excuses than Amber Heard. Shout out to.
I have actual facts, bro. I have actual facts, bro, and that ain't excuses. Just because you sell actual facts, that's not excuses.
OG, let me host the show, acknowledge my super chats, and pass the mic to the general. Go ahead, General. You got.
Hey, what's up, Bernard? Hey, long time no see, man. I've been sky watching. Of course, appreciate you for having me. Hey, shout out to both of you brothers. Hey, listen, it's a good conversation. There are a couple of flaws, right? So I like to point out the first flaw from what Game Changer just said. No disrespect, brother, but you're talking about laws that were changed to include demographics, certain demographics, primarily the black demographics, into those campaigns, those war campaigns, right? They had laws to change that when they pushed them into that as far back as the freaking original war that was fought, right? When Atticus Crispus was the first man who fired a shot in the Civil War, right? So that's number that. So
Crispus Attucks was the American Revolution.
Well, the American I'm sorry, correct. Thank you for that correction. The American Revolution. So
and he was shot, not the first person to shoot.
Okay, I got it. I got it.
Well, you're correct with me.
Well, I'm a little bit okay. So, Game Changer, this is what I hate, and I'm not here to pick on you, but when we have these conversations, there's no need to try to prove that you're the smartest or the most intelligent in the room. I studied military warfare and history and ethics, so I believe that I would be a little bit more knowledgeable when you talk about military campaigns because I studied it at the military academy. Okay? All right, now. If Crispus Attucks fired a shot, then he was shot and killed. He was, in fact, one of the first men to fire a shot during that campaign. Then he was shot and killed. Okay, that's history. Can't change that. As much as you want to, you can't change it. The next thing is this: when you talk about women in the workplace, see, we've gotten to a place in this society where what a lot of brothers think, and this is what I've been hearing for the last 5 to 6 years. I think that a lot of brothers are under this impression that if they build it, they will come. Black women will come and they will submit and they will sit down and they will do because now you have the money and you can provide the jobs and you got all this other shit. And that's simply not the case. You are not going to get a woman who resembles a Brittany Reiner, for example, who's a very attractive woman. I'm just using her as an example. You're not going to get the Lori Harveys of the world just because you have a little money and a little clout to come sit down and be at your beck and call when you walk through the door and swing that door open. She's not going to fall on her knees with your slippers and your favorite drink and put your cock in her mouth. It's not going to happen.
I think everybody knows that.
Wait, hold on.
Who doesn't know that?
Wait, hold on, Bernard, because I'm only going towards what I've been hearing over the past 4 to 5 years. This is what it sounds like a lot of men in this space are wanting to say. Or this is the feeling that they have. That's number one. Let me finish. I know that we know it, but this is the sentiment that's being pushed across. That's number one. Number two, the government. After World War I and World War II, the government saw a need for more employees to generate more revenue. The men were all fighting in World War II. This is where that emblem came from, with the woman on the little shit showing her bicep, and they put them in the factory, whatever her name was, Lucy, whoever, and they had the women to come out and Rosie the Riveter. They had the women to come out and go into the plant and take up the slack for the men. And the government at that time said, wait a minute, we got a whole new source of revenue. Why don't we just start putting women in the workforce? And that was the beginning of the deterioration of the so-called modern male-female household that we generally had up until that point. Because once women begin to get a taste of financial freedom, guess what else came with that? Sexual liberation came with that. Guess what else came with that? The ability to not have to be dependent primarily on a man's income. Guess what else came with that? All these other doors of avenues and of approaches open up for them. So to think that you're going to say that, well, what we need to do is get women back in the bedroom and in the kitchen, and then that'll fix our problems. That's not going to fix our problems. It's not going to happen. You cannot give, let me finish. You cannot give. That's just like telling black folks, this is what you're asking. Wait a minute. This is what you're saying.
Oh my goodness. They said we talking about slavery.
Hold on. I'm not saying slavery, but I'm not talking about that.
OG just said that.
Okay, but Bernard, listen. This is what it seems like when you make that statement, or if that's your avenue of approach. This is what it sounds like you're saying. Let's take all the black folks back out of these white collar jobs. Let's take all the black folks back out of the military. Let's get them back into sharecropping. How do we do that? You think niggas are gonna go back into sharecropping and back on not slavery, but you think niggas are gonna say, okay, I'll give up my white collar job in this nice air conditioned building and I'll go back to the plantation and sharecrop. That's what you're asking of the modern day woman across the board, black, white, yellow, green, blue, and otherwise. That's what it sounds like you're asking for. And you're not going to get that to happen because the federal government, again, found out that there is an untapped revenue there for taxes, pumps more money into the economy. This is why for the past 60 to 70 years, the scale has ever so gently been sliding the power to the women because they know why. Women spend money. What do companies and what do the government want? Money, taxes, revenue.
All right.
Okay. All right. I do gotta first start off with. I mean, you gave some history lessons of some things that we understand, and a lot of those. Hold on, a lot of those historical events is part of the reason why things change, and then men started talking about these changes and giving men the game on this information or this shared information and experience that men come on these spaces and share and talk about. The most problematic thing with it, and that is a straw man argument from hell to say that men in this space, regular dudes, think that they're going to somehow convince a Brittany Renner type or Brittany Renner minded woman to come and be at their beck and call and wash their feet and do this or do that. No, nobody is saying that. Nobody has argued that. That is the argument that people make when they just want to try to reach and figure out a way to just try to shit on the space where men are speaking like men and talking about being leaders and talking about being firm and setting your terms and your standards and what you want and what you expect and what you require from your woman and how other men should operate, and talking about the outcomes of when everybody operate in the other way, in the other way, in the other way that other people advocate for. We talk about that and we explain what's wrong and how things society fell on a societal level fell apart. And then in order to straw man it, they're trying to say, "Oh, you just trying to get some Brittany Renner type chick to be." No, I mean the woman I'm with is submissive to me. I mean she's a feminine submissive woman. That's just what she is. That's her nature. That's what she is. Like so, I don't. It's a lot of straw man arguments in there when people try to spin the space into being that. That's not what it is.
Well, that
go ahead.
Can I respond? Can I respond to what you said for just a moment? That's
Okay.
not that. If that's what you think I was alluding to, then you're absolutely wrong, because it's not what I was alluding to about the men in the space. I was saying that what it sounds like. See, what it sounds like and what it is two different things. Two things can be true at the same time. What it sounds like is that's
like...
wait.
Okay,
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
What it sounds like, okay? Instead of, how about we do this? How about men take their rightful position? Power is never given, it's taken. How about men just stop worrying about what the fuck the women are doing that they won't act right, and just take your position as a man? Be, know, do. Be what a man is, know what a man is supposed to know, do what a man is supposed to do, and then you will attract the feminine. It makes complete sense.
No, it doesn't.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Please.
It makes
you just contradicted your original statement.
That is the exact opposite of what you just said.
No, there is.
Let game changer explain it.
There is no. See, so here
you just said that.
What was?
No matter how much
General, let him explain.
No matter how much you work or take money or take power or stuff like that.
Wait, start over, GC. Start over. What'd you say?
No, I said that's the exact opposite of what you just said. You just said in the beginning of your diatribe that no matter how much you work, no matter how hard you work, no matter how much you build yourself as a man, these bitches are not going to submit. These Brittany Renner and these Lori Harvey types are not going to submit. And then now you're just saying what you need to do is take your place as a man. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Okay, so before you jump,
let him finish. What you are doing is you are regurgitating other people's shit with no thoughts of your own, and it sounds off as fuck, okay? The reason why 50s Housewives was called 50s Housewives because after World War II, they got their ass back in the kitchen in the bedroom. So I don't want to hear this shit about Rosie the Riveter or no shit like that. Rosie the Riveter, after the war, she got her ass back into the kitchen and baked some pies. That's bullshit what you're talking about. But you heard somebody else say it, so you thought it was some cool shit to say. You thought that it began then. No, it didn't begin then. It began truly in the 70s and 80s, while brothers that's probably your age and OG age didn't do shit. Okay? 50s House.
Are you a Generation X or are you an X or a millennial?
Excuse me.
Are you in Generation X or are you millennial? Okay, then. So you and I would be in the same fucking generation while you're running your fucking mouth. That's number one.
Okay.
And number two, you're not going to. Number two, you're not going to twist. Number two, you're not going to twist. Number two, you're not going to twist what I said because you did not allow me to complete. You did not allow me. You did not allow me to complete my statement before you
disguise your fuck up. Okay.
No, you did not allow me to complete my statement. That's what you didn't do.
Somebody.
He didn't have a fuck up. Y'all just didn't listen to it.
You didn't.
What he was saying, you were not going to be able to turn a whore into a housewife if you get yourself together. Wait. Listen again.
Hold on. Wait. No. That turn a hoe into a housewife. Nobody is fucking trying to do that. All right. We need to stop that.
That's the example he was using, though. Listen, when he was talking,
it's a pointless example.
Okay, but listen, if you had connected to Bernard, you would have understood what he was trying to say. Then, when you get yourself, when you get yourself in your square, you want to even attract these type of people.
Okay.
Let me finish, Bernard. See, you always blocking people off. You always throw this block in before we finish because you think we're taking personal attack in this space, but we're not. What we are saying, when you get your shit together, the women that you are really looking for, they'll be attracted to you. Them hoes gonna do what they gonna do.
Opposite. What if you looking for?
That is not what I. That is Well, you don't.
consumer.
Obviously, if that's the type of woman that you are complaining about, the Brittany Renner types, then you shouldn't be looking for her in the first fucking place.
No,
You
it's
should.
not that. It's not that. If you just said that it is impossible to get.
Man,
Brittany
y'all have begat. You know
and
what?
Then OG and you said
Bernard, I've been rocking with you from Bernard.
I am
Bernard,
sick of this fucking boomer family.
Bernard, I've been rocking with you from day one, brother, and I'm gonna continue to rock with you. Okay, all I'm trying to say is this, and I'm gonna be very pointed and very clear on this statement. I've been down through that. I've done it 3 different times. What you have to do in the modern era as a man is get yourself as a man on your square. And once you wait a minute, I'm you and I are in agreement with that. And that's all I was trying to say. You're not going to change. It doesn't matter what you do.
Could you show me somebody who disagrees with that statement that men should be on their shit and get their shit together because that increase. Hold on, wait, let me lay it out. Let me lay it out. That men should be on their shit. They should get their shit together. And when you do that, it increases your options, and it puts you in a position to where when stuff is not right, you could say no, you can push this away, you can push that away, and you can only allow what in your life what's pleasant to your life. I don't know anybody in this space who disagrees with that. The only reason, and this is the only reason that I've heard that people make that argument against this space, is because they're trying to come up with a creative way just to get us to stop criticizing women.
Nobody. Okay, listen. I think
it's a creative way to try to get us to just basically. It's saying just shut up. That's really what it's saying.
And it's also saying don't turn the women into slaves.
That's not. Okay, so that's not my attempt here. All right. I've been in this space, I believe, longer than the both of you. I've been in this space, in the black male space, since 2011. Okay, so I remember what the space was actually about. I've also been in this space in the modern era since all of you guys have come into this space, and I've heard how the talking points have gradually changed.
Changed to what?
To being in the middle. It went from being male advocate, strongly on the male side, and for male rights, and for this, that, and the third, which it still is to a certain degree. But now it's a lot of the talking points have changed. You can't say trying to go back towards the middle. It used to be a very leftist space, and now it's trying to go back towards the middle. Oh, we shouldn't be so hard. I'm beginning to think that some of them. I'm beginning to think that some of the ladies have a point.
For the sake of criticizing. He can't answer that question. He can't say what the talking points now are now and why he disagrees with them. He just want to disagree. Why? Because it makes him feel smart to counter something. It makes him feel smart to counter smart people. Let me help you out.
Real quick. Let me help you out. Hold on. The people who are being hard and critical of women, those are the ones that are being criticized more, and those are the ones that are truthfully being told that they're trying to shame, blame, explain. If anything, the wrist is being smacked of men who got something to say about women. So I don't even know what you mean.
What I'm saying was there was a very strong stance as opposed to the criticism of women, and then it began to get very, very light, and then it turned into maybe we need to come back to the bargaining table. When in the beginning, the space was not about that. In the beginning, it wasn't about maybe we should talk to them and see what they think. In the beginning, it was all about, as I said, this is what we need to do in order to get ourselves together, and then they'll come when they get their shit fixed or figured out. That's what it was in the beginning.
I don't understand the and they'll come argument. They have never not been here. Like, I'm with the same snatched waist, fat assed woman that I've been with before I started my channel. So I don't even understand what y'all be talking about with they will come then. We build it, they will come. I don't even know what y'all talking about when y'all say that. I don't even know
but Bernard, I think this is why when people let's don't play. This is what happens when a seasoned person comes into this space and listen to the conversation. See, y'all are living in it right now. So y'all lenses are focused in what you're listening. See, this is what happened to y'all right now. We have seen it many a times. So when we hear men focus on what the women are doing versus building men himself. It's not that we don't want you to talk about the behaviors of women because we got to know what they are doing.
Because
But when we spend so much time on the delusion women we have in our community, it takes away the moments that we could be building men into their square. It's not to take
okay. Now I get what you're saying. What you're advocating for is a male self-improvement channel. You should create that channel. What my channel does is I give social commentary on all the varying social dynamics between black men and black women and break it down and analyze it. And what I hope is that most men will get a better mindset when it comes to from listening to my show. I hope they will get a better mindset in their overall dealings with women and the modern women. That's typically what my show is about. So what you just basically said is, fuck what your show about. It should be about this. Bernard. You have the creativity to do whatever you want to do on your show. If you want to see that show, you need to create that show or go support people who makes that type of show. Hey, and hold on, that SBE shit, y'all can get all that male feminist dog whistle shit out of here. All right, that's what that is to me. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, Bernard, I'm glad you said that. My channel has always been that way from the beginning. My whole importance of speaking to men is to build the best man that I can build, give him the best information that he can win. Yes, it goes against pretty much the manosphere, what they do over here. So when I do come over here, this is why y'all believe I'm caping for women, because my importance is to build the best. Okay, wait,
you're telling men to yield to women. That's what.
No, I'm not telling you. I'm telling you that's what my. No. I'm telling you.
Bend the knee. They not.
No. Bernard, see, you are doing the same thing. Bernard, you are doing the same thing you are accusing of us doing right now. You are doing the same goddamn thing.
That is facts, though, Bernard. You
are doing the same damn thing.
What did I do? What did I do? Explain to me.
You accuse OG of bending the knee, and that's not what we're saying at all. We're saying no. Nobody is saying that, man.
No, bending the knee is helping a man.
People are saying you
are bending the knee to the woman.
Nobody is saying bend the fucking knee. People are saying
time out.
Nobody is saying bend the fucking knee. What OG and I
hold on.
That's some bullshit, man. You fucking man. Listen.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. General. Real quick. He's saying that y'all are saying bend the knee instead of saying we didn't say that. Let's hear him explain exactly how is the knee being bent, and then y'all could tell him.
Okay, go ahead.
Where he's wrong. Go ahead.
Okay, I greatly appreciate it. Okay, so when you say that women's independence is here to stay because this is how they're being supported, this is the monstrosity that we are up against. You are saying that it's going to happen. Let's not fight it, which is bending the knee to it. It is understanding that. Now, I must say, I am a little concerned that representatives of our nation's military are afraid to take fights where the odds are against you. I am afraid, or I would be if we didn't have the most powerful military. I'm just saying that the founding fathers went against the strongest superpower in the world, and they didn't bend the knee. So just saying that's them, you're you. Now,
right.
Okay. Can I answer your question, Bernard? Can I answer?
Hold on.
I need to answer this, General. I need to answer that.
Let me finish.
Can I answer this, General?
He said he didn't finish.
Okay, go ahead.
After I say this, now, furthermore, all this talk, it's an uphill battle. It's suicide. They're going to work. They two income, blah, 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 blah. That's bend the knee talk. So don't say, I'm not bending the knee. Y'all bending the knee and opening the mouth. All right? That is what you're doing. Hate to say it.
Okay, are you done?
Can I get this in, General? Like, I gotta go, General, but I need to get this in. And the reason why I said, Bernard, you are doing the same thing that you say we're doing to you, is the reason why I say that, Bernard, is because I come to the understanding. You can go out there and you can snatch them little 15 guys off the fucking block. But if you don't go to the head of the snake, you gonna have 30 more who's willing to replace them 15. So when I say, instead of wasting your goddamn time on trying to do it to women, once you cut the head off the snake who's supplying them, then they don't have any spare time to go to. They have to come back and submit.
Okay. I feel your logic.
When you talk about the head of
let me counter.
See, that's the man in the room y'all don't want to talk about. That's the elephant in the room y'all don't want to talk about.
I talk about that all the time. I talk about that all the goddamn
I'm
time.
saying, Bernard, what I'm saying is, majority of these channels, anytime you bring up the system of white supremacy or the things that happens in our community, y'all say it's invisible. It really don't happen or it don't affect you. But I'm telling you, when your woman can run to the same person who hides your black ass,
bullshit.
When your woman can go to the same, listen to what I'm saying. On this internet right now, this internet is owned by Google. The same white man that she can run to and get her channel, and she can get your channel thrown off because she is getting the same shit from the same man that you are getting from, and she beating you at the fucking game.
Let me ask you this question.
And I'm saying if you cut off his head, you wouldn't have that problem.
Okay, let me stop. Hold on, wait, stop. Let me ask you this question. If Robert Smith bought Google and owned YouTube, and my woman started a YouTube channel, and I had a YouTube channel, and I did something she didn't like, and she could go to Robert Smith, and Robert Smith says, okay, since from the guidelines, Bernard Riley, you did something we don't like, get my channel cut off. Would it make a fucking difference?
I'm telling you, if you got rid of Robert Smith, it would. If you got rid of Robert Smith, it would.
All right, okay, good. I'm glad you said that, because basically, if we follow your argument all the way to its logical conclusion, you're saying the only way that a man could get proper submission from his woman is if he's practically a billionaire and owns everything that she touches.
Again, look at the reason why I say that, Bernard. Think about this. What I'm saying, Bernard,
stop. Hold on, real quick. I don't have to have all that to get my woman to submit, and guess what? You didn't have to have all that when you got your woman to submit.
But we're extraordinary guys, Bernard. Don't act like every motherfucker in the street is like us.
Stop. You were married twice, and neither of your wives, you said both of them were submissive to you. So
okay, Bernard.
Stop. Don't make it seem like the regular brother out there, in order to get his woman to act right, he got to build Wakanda and carry it on his back for her to act right. No,
but Bernard, what you said.
That's why I say you're yielding and bending the knee and making excuses for out-of-pocket bitches that you wouldn't accept in your normal life. But
okay. So why would Bernard? So why would I be talking about? Wait. Why would I be talking about? Why would I be talking about some shit that I don't want in the first place? Why would I be talking about a 57 Chevrolet I don't want, goddamn, in 2022? Why waste my time talking about how bad and shitty they built them cars if I know, listen to this, Bernard. Let me get it in like you got it in, bro.
I'm talking about the men.
I'm talking about the same thing. I'm saying about the same thing. I'm saying if she didn't have a way to run to Robert Smith, or what Smith you just called, if she didn't have a way to run to him, how is she ever gonna respect him if you drinking from the same goddamn water fountain she drinking from?
The same way that my woman respected me.
Again, you are extraordinary type of guy, bro.
The same way that my woman respected
you extraordinary type of guy.
So they were solid women who made good choices.
You extraordinary guy, bro. I had the nation behind me, bro. I had the nation behind you. You had your upbringing and everything behind you.
Okay, Bernard.
But you can't say that every guy that you hear on these channels, who come on these channels, is like you. Go ahead, General. I'm out of here. Peace, love, and y'all have a good day.
All right, OG. And Bernard, no, you're not gonna do that. Not until I respond to the slighted comment that you tried to make. Not until I respond to the slighted comment that you tried to make. So here it is.
I'm gonna let General go.
No. We're not gonna do that. So
General haven't waited a while. Go ahead.
So here it is, brother Game Changer, why you wanted to make a slighted comment. You see, the one thing about the most powerful army in the world is they understand how and when to engage and when to disengage. You understand that? That's the thing that makes us the most powerful army or military in the world. It's called second and third orders of effect, my brother. You got to understand that. Okay, so if you're gonna sit here and you're gonna continuously, I won't say complain, but I voice my opinion about the shit that black women are doing as well, just like you dudes do. That's one of the reasons why I'm in this space. I don't disagree with next to hardly of anything that you guys say here. What I'm telling you is, if you set your standards as a man, then the rest, don't worry about the little stragglers or the strags or whatever, what have you. Keep your back straight, keep your head forward, deal with what's in your parameters of control, and move forward. And then help the next brother. You got to help the next brother get on that level. Just like Bernard just said. He don't have that problem getting submission. I don't have that problem getting submission. Hell, I've been married and divorced 3 different times. Got a woman in my life right now who's very submissive. I don't have that issue. Never have had that issue. Why? Because I've always understood where I stood as a man, kept my back straight, my head up, straight to the wind, face to the sun, and I kept it pushing. When they got out of line and they did not want to adhere, they got left by the side. That's what we have to do, is build better men. You're not going to change the modern day woman in 2022. It's not going to happen. It doesn't matter all the fucking wishful thinking, all the fucking. Well, the problem is you've been in the knee or not. You're not going to change them. God damn it. The dude that was just with Laurie Harvey, he bent his fucking knee. Did it change her? No. She's for the streets. So he should have picked a better fucking woman. Period. You're not going to change them types.
All right, thank you. You said period, so that means it's over. All right, so thank you. I'll get back.
No, just because I use period doesn't necessarily mean I was done with my sentence.
That's exactly what period means. That is
no,
exactly
that's not
Go
the
ahead.
context in which I used it in. You know
Go
what
ahead.
context what context I was using it in. And see, this is that I'm the smartest Negro in the room.
I want to get his reply before we get into
Come on, brother.
Personal back and forth. Go ahead, GC.
No, I didn't say I was the smartest Negro in the room. Just smarter than you. But I do want
GC. Chill.
I don't think so.
Chill.
Okay.
I want you to respond to that.
No. I will respond to that. But first, I want to respond to what OG was saying earlier. About the just take out the leader talk. Why don't you? It's a waste of time just taking out the footman. Why don't you just take out the leader? See, I want to point out the ridiculousness of that. Imagine if the people in World War II, the soldiers of World War II, the Russian, the English, the Americans, what if they was to say, something, we're wasting our time fighting these soldiers. We need to just take out Hitler. Imagine how stupid they would sound. Imagine how stupid they would sound if they say, something.
But that's exactly what they did. That's exactly what the attempt was. To take out the leader, the headship. This is why in Vietnam they stopped officers from wearing rank, because they were taking out the officers because they understood command and control.
I think
but go ahead.
With a totalitarian leader like that, I think taking out the leader in that sense, there's some merit to that. Taking out the lead. Hold on, real quick. Taking out the leader in this sense, and by the leader you mean the United States government that our tax dollars fund in the system that we benefit from, that we thrive in. Like, no, I don't understand that take out the leader stuff in an American free capitalist context. I don't understand it.
Okay, Bernard, please. I'm being constantly interrupted. The reason why they're trying to make sense out of something that doesn't make any damn sense. Okay, Hitler committed suicide because they kept taking out the soldiers. Let's be clear. We didn't take out the leader. He took himself out because he ran out of soldiers. So his argument to why take out those guys? 30 more just come, and then you take out that 30, and then eventually the leaders will give up. They will exhaust themselves from that. That is how wars are run. Okay, so let's not even go into the trenches with such idiocracy. Okay, what they're doing is they're trying to demoralize the soldiers from even fighting in the war, is what they're doing. Because they actually want the Nazis to win, in my analogy. And in this analogy, they actually want women independence because they feel that anything less is slavery. So now what was could somebody remind me what the general was talking about? So
hold on. I think he made a point about not worrying about the women. Build yourself up as a man, stand on your square, and have a high standard. And it just blows me away when they say that. One, because he's saying it's a game changer, and I know Game Changer. Me and Game Changer talk a lot. I know he's successful. He don't say it a lot, but He makes six-figure, and he has a very high standard of what type of behavior and what type of women he allow in his life. So everybody is with that. Part of what we do when we call out the actions and behaviors of women, we want to denormalize the shit that a lot of black men think is normal, so they can get more on the point that I'm not going to tolerate this. I'm not going to accept this. I'm not going to put up with this. I'm not going to stand next to this. And in the process of doing that, also build yourself up. So like the message what General was saying was something that I'm not hearing how we disagree with it, but I do hear a lot of people making those points. A lot of different people have their own reasons why they make those points, and I'm not even saying this is General's reason. Some people do that because they're trying to protect women from criticism. Some people do that just to cause disruption to the space because they just the type of people that just like to put their dirty feet on people's couches. People do that for a lot of reason. I don't know. I don't know exactly what General's reason is, but that was more or less what he said. GC.
I look at things
now I remember. Wait,
I look at things from a tactical standpoint, Bernard, and I happen to agree with what you just said. I am not one of these dudes who just want to come in here and put my feet on your couch and argue for the sake of arguing. You understand? Our approach is the same, but yet at the same time different. Two things can be true at the same time. You and I, you are exactly on the same page that I'm on. Just because we go about building the car differently doesn't mean that the car is not going to do the same job, which primarily means that it's going to transport people from one place to the other. All right. I'm not disagreeing with anything that you just said. All I'm saying is, and as far as the way you run your panel, like I said, I've been rocking with you from day one, and I'm gonna continue to rock with you because I agree more so than I disagree. However, comma pause. All I'm saying is, I think the message to some degree has gotten lost. That's all I'm saying. It's gotten more so about what they won't do and what they instead of what men should be doing. That's what I am saying that I am hearing.
Criticism.
That's all I'm saying.
Sake. Okay, so now I remember my counter to what was said. So you described the brother described a situation where he was married 3 different times, each of whom were 2 submissive women, and presumably they during the course of marriage, during the course of the relationship, they became less so. Essentially, the situation as he describes it, and as I understand the description of it, is a man who is getting with a submissive woman or a woman who's pretending to be submissive, and then she shows her true colors, and then he divorces her over and over and over again. If we were to put his situation into context, he would say, "Hey, I met a submissive woman. Let's get married." Then time goes by. Let's get divorced. And then again, I met a submissive woman. Let's get married. And then time goes by. Let's get a divorce. Hey, I met a submissive woman. Let's get married. Number 3. And then time goes by. Let's get a divorce. And now he's saying right now, hey, I met a submissive woman. Don't you see that there is a pattern of very strange?
Yes, I agree. And this is and through. Well, let me interject.
Let him land the plane. Hold on.
Okay, land the plane. Hurry up, land the plane, because I'm about to tear your ass off real quick.
I got to continue.
Come on.
Yeah,
come on, because I'm about to tear your ass up.
Yeah. Okay. Please don't. This is not prison. Anyway.
Oh yeah, I'm about to tear your ass off.
Yeah, I understand.
Come on. That's street talk. You might not be familiar with it, but I'm about to tear your ass up real quick.
I understand, but let me finish before you do. All right.
Come on.
So now we're in the 4th submissive woman, and for some reason, there's a belief that this one is different because he's so alpha. Now, I do want to point out that look at what he's doing. He's shitting on Michael B. Jordan for doing the same shit that he's doing 4 times.
Are you done? Are you done?
No.
You know when I'm done because there will be a long comma or a period.
Well, okay? Would you hurry up and get to your long comma, your period? No, because you don't want this smoke. I got this fire for you.
That's how you know it will be your time to talk. Well, in fact, I'll just say it's your turn to talk. Now,
all right, thank you.
He has
through that process.
No. He said. Hold on. Wait. He said
when
it's your. He said he'll say it's your turn. When
okay. Well, come on.
It's your turn.
Come on.
He is trying to shit on Michael B. Jordan, and Michael B. Jordan got his man on. He got his alpha on. He got his self-improvement on. He is trying to shit on Michael B. Jordan for doing the same shit that he has done 4 times and has failed at 3 times. This shit is retarded. This is retarded. This is just showing how black men love
Man,
to
Bernard, are
shit
you gonna
on
just let
other
him
black
repeat
men.
the same
Excuse me,
shit
I
over
haven't
and
said
over
it's your
again?
turn yet. I have not said it's
God
your
damn.
turn. This is just an example of how black men look for opportunities to shit on other black men, even the ones that got their shit together, like Michael B. Jordan. Every opportunity they fucking get. You got Lori Harvey 3 fucking times, possibly going on 4. I don't want to hear shit. It's your turn to speak.
All right. See, here's the part that you miss. Through all of that I went through in my life, what I had to do is I had to get my shit together so it wouldn't continue to happen after I went down that road 3 different times. I had to eventually stop and look in the fucking mirror and say, it's not them, it's me, because I'm the common denominator. Dumbass. That's number one. That's what happened. That's called experience. You understand? So when you learn better, you do better. Now I know what the problems were that caused each of those other relationships to fail. Dumbass. So I don't have to run across fucking seas and buy fucking ovens for some bitches that are totally fucking dependent upon you just because you have a little money. Dumbass. That's what I don't have to do. You understand? See, you don't understand what experience is. You think that if he was smart enough, if he had been through the shit that I've been through, then he would have looked at Lori Harvey from the beginning and said, no, you know what? Which I didn't do that. I have to admit, I had to go through it 3 times before I figured out what the problem was. If he was like me, then he would have looked at Lori Harvey and said, wait a minute. You're for the streets because you've been with this dude, this dude, this dude, this dude, and this dude, and that dude, and that dude. If he was smart enough and had the experience, then he would not even have gotten his fucking heart broken because he wouldn't have went down that pathway like I had to learn through trial and error. That's what your dumbass is not understanding. You want to sit up here and you try to make slight of shit, but you want to take away from experience because, again, you think that you're the smartest, sharpest pencil in the fucking room, and you're not because you don't have the experience. That's the whole fucking problem right there. When people are trying to talk to you from a point of experience and saying, hey, I made those mistakes, so now I can tell you a little bit about what you might want to try differently than I did. Instead of trying to be so fucking smart all the goddamn time and so fucking condescending and listen, you may learn something. You're going to sit here and try to tell somebody about how to pick somebody. You've never been married. You don't have any children. So, I mean, what's fucking point? How can you tell anybody anything about any type of relationship? You've never been fucking married. You don't have any fucking experience. You should be the last motherfucker to try to tell somebody about being married or in a committed, serious relationship or even have children because you've not done either one of them. You have no experience, zero. You have zero experience, but you want people here to believe that you are the subject matter expert when the only experience you have is tricking, going overseas and buying a bitch an oven for some submissive for her to be submissive to you. That's the only experience you got. But you want to sit here and down talk everybody else when they speak from a position of having experience of dealing with black women, primarily black women, only black women for over 40 years. I would believe that I know a little bit about what the fuck I'm talking about. I've been married and divorced from 3 of them. I believe that I know a little bit more about what the fuck I'm talking about than your Johnny come lately ass. When all you have, the only experience you have is, well, I go overseas and buy a bitch a stove, a cooktop, and she'll submit and do my laundry and wash my feet for me and suck my dick when I wanted to. She'll suck my penis when I wanted to. You don't have any experience. So who the fuck are you? You know what it is? You're just like these millennial motherfuckers. They show up on the job day one, fresh out of college, and they think that they should be the CFO, CEO, president of the goddamn company and have not one iota of what the fuck the company does or what the company is all about. That's you in a nutshell, brother. I've listened to you pop smoke a lot of times. Some of the shit I've heard you say, I must say, I agree with it. Some of the other shit I hear you say is just your way of not being competent enough, not being able to be competitive enough to get out here and deal with the real world. You sit here behind your little computer and you run your fucking mouth without having any experience as to how the real world and real relationships work. That's what I have to say to you. On the other side, Bernard, I'm gonna go back and give him the mic because I know he's chopping at the bit to respond. I'm gonna pass it. But listen, I've listened to content creators here have a hardcore stance on what men should do. They should just let them die in the street in their own excrements. And now they're on the softer side of that. So I'm not the one. I hold my position.
Oh, okay. Now I know who you're talking
I
about. I know,
hope.
you know. Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, it's not about who. It's not about who.
I'll go ahead and say his name
It,
because
it,
we talked about that on this show.
Hold on.
Some shit.
Hold on. I'm not calling out any person. I'm saying the ideology, because that was the ideology for a lot of other people in the space, even though they didn't say it. That was their ideology. Fuck them. Feed them fish heads. I'm going over here to do this. Now it has gotten softer where we need to listen and we need to talk to them. And now I understand why black women are saying this, that, and the third. I don't have any strife against any brother in this space. All I'm saying is if black men be, know, do, they will find themselves in a better position. That's what I had. That's what I had to learn.
You took serious shots at GC, so I don't want him to forget with everything that you said. So I'm gonna pass it to him right now. But that type of change up that you're talking about, I absolutely is not with that and don't support that. The individual you're talking about, I support him as a person, but yeah, he said a lot of things that I can't get jiggy with, and I've made that very clear.
It was some other brothers in this space that said a lot of shit that you shouldn't be able to get jiggy with, and I'm not calling them out. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I don't know who you're talking about. When people do and say stuff that I can't rock with, in extreme cases, if they come to, I've blocked a lot of people. I'll just say that. But anyway, but all right, go ahead, Game Changer.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, and I really appreciate your experience talk. I hope to one day get divorced 3 times so I can say
I don't want you to.
Hold on, whoa, General, you went ham. Wait,
okay, all right,
go
ahead.
General,
go ahead.
You went absolutely ham. I wanted to interrupt you on Game Changer's behalf, but I'll let you rock out. Let's let them rock out. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. So yes, apparently you have to get divorced 3 times to actually speak on subject matters. It's even if that subject matter is how not to get divorced. Yes, I bought a stove. Yes, in exchange, I did get the submission that he was responding to. Yes, she did do my laundry. Yes, she did suck my dick. Yes, she did cook and clean, etc., etc., etc.
Wait, I thought you bought her the stove after you left. I mean, like when you were leaving.
I did.
Like so she did all that stuff first, and then as a gift, you bought her a stove.
So I went to stay there for like weeks, and then
hold on, General, it's not that funny. Come on, man.
Oh, my fault.
Go ahead.
And then 4 days in, I bought a stove. Absolutely. But keep in mind
4 days in.
But keep in mind that we were in Puerto Plata for a week prior to that, where she stayed with me, and then I went to Santo Domingo where she lived, because Santo Domingo is the capital, and it's more expensive to get a hotel there. So I stayed with her in lieu of an Airbnb and hotel, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. So that is what I did. And I didn't have to pay a divorce lawyer shit 3 times. You see, the definition of stupidity is to do the same thing over and over and over again.
Neither did I. They were free.
Expecting different results.
Neither did I pay. They were free. But
really?
anyway,
so
yes.
You're
way, okay, all right.
Well, he can't help himself, so let's rock with this. You're telling me that you had a completely expense-free marriage 3 times?
Yes.
Like that's interesting.
I'm saying I didn't say the marriage was expense free. I said the divorce was expense free.
No.
And see, since you asked a question, I'm gonna answer your question for you real quick. You see, when you are a man and you are in control and it's your house and you run the ship, when the shit comes to an end and you understand what you're doing through experience, yet again, you're able to not find yourself at a loss. You take what you take, I take what I got, you go over there, I'll take care of the kids, we'll co-parent, and we're good to go.
That's if she a good one. If she has the right, the legal right to go completely left and try to screw you if she wants to. But if she is a decent human being and just 2 good people couldn't get along, an amicable breakup where y'all just talk it out can happen. But but I don't. that happens sometimes.
See, mine were very.
Hold on.
I'm the exception to the rule. I'm sorry, because all three of mine were very amicable. Very.
And that's a rarity, but okay, but yeah, if she could have. It's plenty of guys who are just as great of guys as you are, and they still went for blood. Mine went for blood. That she tried to hurt me in any way imaginable, and the kids were pawns and victims in it all.
And this is why I rock with you, because you understand.
Then speak on it.
This is why I rock with you, Bernard, because you've been through it. You understand. You have the experience.
During the course of the relationship, have you spent any money on these chicks?
I spent of course I spent money because I lived in the house too.
I bought a stove.
I drove the car.
Wait a minute. Go ahead.
I had to have water, lights, water, and gas too. See, Bernard, this is the shit that I'm talking about.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait, GC is making a fair point. He's saying that
I give him that.
Relationships that you've been in, that you spend money, I've spent money, he spent money. It just happened to be on the stove. Over here, women have stoves, but all of us have spent money that totaled up to more than the $300 Game Changer spent on a stove for a woman that it sounded like he spent 3 weeks with.
That is correct, but the only difference is, see, there was children and there was a family ties involved. It wasn't just on some. It wasn't just on some. It wasn't just and the shit that I spent money on, the majority of it, I still have.
Wait. You're saying
I still get to cook on the stove that I bought.
Yeah, I understand.
But go ahead.
I understand this. You're saying that prior to children, you didn't spend any money on them?
I mean, I really think that you're being disingenuous because anytime that you're okay, so
go ahead, General. Anytime what?
Anytime that you are in a relationship, a committed, serious relationship, like such as a marriage or a co-domicile, joint domicile scenario, of course you're going to spend money.
This was a joint
anywhere
domicile
around $300?
Temporary. However, once again, we were temporarily in a joint domicile relationship, whatever you want to call it. So kids were not a factor. You spent money on the chick that she was fucking and staying with. Period. Don't want to hear shit else about a stove. Hypocrite. All right. Now, damn. Through all of the interruptions,
that wasn't the main point.
Yeah, I know.
But
through all of the interruptions, I forgot what I was. Oh, yeah. He was saying something about, I am teaching others about my mistakes. You're not teaching anybody.
I'm not teaching anybody anything. That's not my intent. Well, he can't put words in my mouth. I can't let him put words in my mouth.
What is wrong with you? No, I'll let you get.
Hold on. General, you literally said his only experience with women.
I talked about his experience. I didn't say what he was teaching.
You said
I talked about his experience. I didn't talk about what he was teaching.
Wait, time out. The point that I'm making is that you made an incorrect statement. You said his only experience with women is buying a stove a woman so she'll submit to him. That's not his only experience with
but that's
women.
all that's what I primarily know about him.
That's okay, but the point that I'm making is that you said things that were technically incorrect, but you was in
did he buy a stove or not?
That's you said that's his only experience with women.
Okay, I'll stand corrected.
All right, Bernard.
So my general point is that you made an incorrect statement. So
I'll stand correct on that. I don't know very much about his other experiences.
When he goes on his rant, if he makes a technically incorrect statement, how about we let him finish? Because he did
go ahead, man.
He did mute up on your rant. Go ahead, GC.
All right. The point is that he is not teaching people anything different. He's not. Instead of telling men what not to do, telling men what to do to avoid the divorce 3 times, he's telling them to do the exact same shit that got him divorced 3 fucking times. Oh, but this time vet better. You don't vet a bitch. You don't know a bitch is gonna divorce you until she divorces your ass. You do not know shit. He's just saying something contra because he needs to feel better than others. He looks back at his 3 failures and say, you know something? The manosphere, we wasn't even talking about Obsidian in the direction that he's going on. We was talking about the Barbie situation and women's independence. He came up here to criticize the manosphere. Why? Because he wants to feel like he's the smartest person in the room. Missing the day or the circumstances or even the entire war that Crispus Attucks started and then saying I am a military history expert, but you missed the crowning event that started the American military. It's full of shit. This is dumb niggas trying to sound smart. I swear it's fucked up. Like, stop punching above your weight class. Listen, you don't know shit, and you are continuing to educate others on your own stupidity. Michael B. Jordan did all the shit that you're trying to tell men to do, and he still didn't get the results that he was looking for.
Could you tell me what that is? What am I trying to tell men to do?
Attention.
What am I telling men to do?
Attention.
What am I telling men to do?
Attention.
What am I telling men to do?
Attention.
I'll answer. You did say that men get on your square, improve yourself, do what you have to do to become successful and firm, and then the women will revolve around you and they will essentially change for you.
No, that's not what I said. That's only part of what I said, Bernard.
And then, but in the
I
beginning,
said that you will attract.
You did come in. Oh yeah, right. You will.
I said that you will. I said that you will attract the type of women that you are actually have a desire to be with. That's what I said. And as far as me teaching, that's a lie. You're putting words in my mouth. I never said that I'm teaching or telling men to do anything. I didn't criticize Michael B. Jordan. I simply made a comment as opposed to what has happened in light of his, in view of his recent relationship. I don't tell men don't do this. Or this will happen if you decide to get married, or this is what you should do and get married or don't get married. That you are lying. I never, not one time, have ever came on an open platform and said to anyone, any man, you should get married and settle down and bend your knee and she'll do what you want her to do. You should pay for everything and she'll do what you want her to do. Or you should be like Game Changer, just buy the bitch a stove and she'll do what you want her to do. I never, not one time, ever said anything of the sorts. Stop lying on motherfuckers. See, you're the smartest fucking pencil in the room yet again, but you want to fuck it up because you simply want to make points that you really are off on. Because you want to put words in my mouth, and I've never said anything to the light. I never said that I'm teaching men what to do or what not to do. My advice is you do what you feel is best for you as a man.
Okay, well, there you go.
Stop fucking lying on me.
There you go.
You're lying.
Anyway, so
there ain't no anyway. When you admit to the fact that you're fucking lying,
do you not see that when you talk, he don't interrupt, but when he talk, you feel it. I mean, you interrupt.
I don't want him to lie on me. Don't lie. Just stick to the fucking talking point.
You ain't even giving him a chance to lie on you now.
He's already lied, Bernard. You have to stop protecting this dude when somebody's jumping his ass for his lies. He's lying on me.
If anything, I'm protecting you. I'm letting you. You are going full speed. And then when it's his turn to talk, you're not letting him talk.
I simply want you to do the same, give him the same treatment that you're giving me. If you're going to correct
he should, because I don't
about things that I've said or point out mistakes that I've said.
If he interrupts,
got it. Go ahead, Game Changer. Go ahead, Game.
God damn. Now,
go ahead, brother. You got it.
The conversation is over when you say you just let men be how they want to be. It goes back to what I was saying, that you're not teaching them shit. You're just critiquing what they already do to make yourself feel better. You critique Michael B. Jordan's situation to make yourself feel better. You're right. You are not telling men what to do, how to improve, etc., etc., etc. You're just critiquing their errors after the fact in order to appease your own ego. However, Michael B. Jordan has far fewer errors than you do. In fact, Bernard Riley, who's divorced, has far fewer errors than you do. Each and every single person I know somebody who was divorced 4 times, so until you get your 4th divorce, they have fewer errors than you do. Understand this. You come here not to teach, not to edify, not to enhance men in any way. If you felt that men needed to enhance themselves, you would not be speaking on Michael B. Jordan, who has done so significantly. You would not. Basically, what you're here to do is look for ways to aggrandize yourself at the expense of other Black men. Period.
Wait, what did he say? What did he say about Michael B. Jordan? I want to make sure I understood. What did he say about Michael B. Jordan?
I really want to know what I said about Michael B. Okay. Again, this is the lie. This is the sharpest. This is the sharpest pencil in the box.
We're getting down to the bottom of it. I asked him the right question. Let him answer it.
Okay.
Okay.
In essence, what he was saying, and what he was saying in the beginning, even though it's completely contradicting what he's saying now, is that nothing you do, no matter how much wealth you build, no matter how much this, and this, you will not get what's her name? Lori Harvey to submit to you. She will not be a sufficient wife to you, no matter what you do. And then he countered that with, you need to build yourself up as a man if you want a woman to submit to you. So even though those things were in contradiction, he did say that about Michael B. Jordan and his situation. That's why he said Lori Harvey and Brittany Renner, who was also with a guy who has maximized his full potential. So once again, even though it's a contradiction to what he later would say, he is criticizing these men for poor decision making. Even though he has made poor decisions at least 3 times.
Okay, Bernard, I have to respond to that, please.
No, you do not. No, you do not.
Okay.
Yes, you do. Come on. Go ahead.
I'm gonna respond whether you like it or not. So here's the deal. There's a such thing that's called leadership by example, right? So when you say that I'm not teaching men, I'm not in theory holding a panel. I'm not in theory holding a panel and telling men. I'm not in theory holding a panel and telling,
all right, DC, let him go,
and
GC.
telling them what they should or should not do. No, I'm not in theory telling them what they should or should not do. If you want to call that teaching, it's through example. When I say something, GC, it is based off of real life, real world events, not off of figmentation of imagination that I have in my mind about the type of woman that I want to have and how I'm going to get her. I'm talking about real world, real life experiences. So that's why, no, I don't teach. I lead through example. You understand? That's the biggest that's the biggest difference between me and you. I would hope one of the reasons why I exposed my scenario is so that other men would look at that example and say, well, I don't want to do that. Okay, so let me look at something else. Let me look at another example that contradicts that side of what he actually went through, his experiences, so I don't have to go through that. Much like I teach my sons, which you have not the ability to do. You don't have the ability to do that. You're not showing anybody or teaching anybody anything either. You're telling them shit that you make up off the cuff to be funny and sound smart and want to be the smartest pencil or the sharpest pencil in the damn box because you don't have any real world experience. I haven't heard you talk about what you went through. I've only heard you talk about the scenario. You wouldn't have talked about that if people hadn't brought it up. You haven't talked about any of your experiences or relationships or things that you've been through. You have not done it. You sit here and you go, you do exactly what you are sitting here saying that I do, which is not teach a goddamn thing because you don't have the experience to teach. This is why you don't speak on it. This is why your whole rhetoric is about joking and trying to prove a point, trying to shame, blame, and explain when something does come up and it's a valid point. You want to shame, blame, and explain your way through it.
What the hell does that even mean? Shame, blame, and explain.
Well, could you give an example of how
much like what he tried to do here, but that with me by you trying to use the examples of your failures, your 3 failures. That's true. I don't hide from any of that. I'm the one who put it out on the internet. I don't hide from that. So by sitting here saying that this is where you made your fatal flaw at. By sitting here saying that I'm not teaching anybody, my very existence is a teaching tool here
of what not to do. Okay.
Right. Of what not to do. And perhaps now that I've gotten older, now that I have matured, now that I've got myself squared away and stand on my square, and I realize what my mistakes were, and I've corrected my own actions to become a self-sufficient six-figure earner, retired, don't have to work for nothing and nobody. Don't have to work for nothing, nobody. 6 figures, legitimately. I can verify that. There are others who can verify that. So where you run your fucking mouth and think that you are hot shit because you may be educated, I am too, master educated at that level. See how it works?
One thing
you're not the smartest motherfucker in the room, GC.
I didn't say that. Just smarter than you.
Yeah, I know.
All right. This is all right. This is one thing I want to say. Okay, he throw it out there, GC, that you something about you have no experience with women. Did I quote you correctly, General?
Yes.
Okay, game changer. Respond to that statement that he's throwing out there that you have no experience with women, therefore you can't say nothing about women because you just joking and just saying stuff. Go ahead.
No, I mean, I'm not going to dignify that response with the response because this is the whole "you're an incel, shut up" argument that women use.
No, it's not. He asked you a
Could you stop
question. Please
interrupting?
explain.
Could you stop interrupting?
You worried about the wrong shit. See,
This
this is that
Hold on, wait.
blatant denial.
Hold
Come
on.
on, Bernard.
Come on. I asked him the question for a reason. Now we're gonna go. Go ahead, GC.
Answer the question, soldier.
This is the whole "you're an incel, shut up" thing. Period. So it's really no reason to respond to that because the audience is prepared for such arguments, and they know to omit it.
No, what it is you just did what females in this space
this
goddamn hide and goddamn defer and not answer the fucking question.
I just answered the question.
That's what you did.
Well, Game Changer, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
Hold on. Game Changer, you didn't answer the question, and I understand why.
No, you asked me to respond to what he said, and that's my response.
I think you do yourself a disservice when you don't point out. I mean, granted, you don't want to just go around talking about, I make six figures, but like I know you, I've talked to you, I've seen some of the women that you've messed with, and I know you get on with the ladies like that I know. All right, I know that. but when people float that out there, you don't say nothing. You let it ride, and then it get inceptioned into the mind that okay, he is just some dude in a basement behind a keyboard. I know that ain't true, but I think you probably would be better served to never mind.
Okay, let's do this. Yes, I do better than most in that particular regard. The reason why I don't really speak on it in that context is because quite frankly, my worth to society or my ability to speak on such matter should not be determined by women. You see, women have the collective power to make anybody what General described as an incel or something like that. They have the ability to do that with anyone, so they can and would do that to anyone who's. If we make it to where a person's word is invalid, and the only way they can have their words validated is by extraordinary contact with women, then they will just contact the people whose words they want to validate. For example, let's just say that we only listen to men who have a proven track record, success or failed, with women. Then they will just flock to Derek Jackson and then make him the spokesperson for men of all types. I don't want to give them that power. So speaking strategically, I'm not going to make that a factor. But yes, I do above average.
Okay. So no one is asking you to go through your Rolodex and give us pictures, names, addresses. No one is asking
me, but
no. I'm not. Okay, I'm not. And I do not doubt Game Changer. You sound like a very intelligent guy, and I'm gonna bring it down a notch because I'm not here to do as you think I'm trying to do, which is downgrade the manosphere. No, I'm not a manosphere man. I do dabble in the space. I don't fly the banner of the black manosphere. No. I'm a rogue soldier. I go where I want to go. With that being said, here's my point. Would you listen to a guy that's standing in front of the damn 7-Eleven asking you for change? Or would you rather go and sit in on a lecture by Jeff Bezos, who's telling you how to make money and earn money? Which would you rather do?
I would listen to Jeff Bezos.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let's stay right there. Stay with me. All right. So would you rather listen to a guy who has maybe had 1 or 2, maybe 3 or 4 possible relationships, serious relationships, marriages perhaps, or listen to a guy that you cannot validate has had any interactions with a woman other than maybe spending a little money on her? Which would you rather do? Which one would you think would have more valid experience?
That's a bullshit argument because you only know. Hold on, wait. You only know about the stove situation because he told you. Okay, he could.
Wait. I'm not talking about the stove, Bernard. I'm not talking about the stove.
That's where it just get goofy.
Okay, let me ask you, Bernard. Do you think when it comes to talking about relationships, I would rather listen to you, someone who's been through a marriage and a divorce, and who's in a marriage or a stable relationship now, or listen to someone like an Obsidian who says he's a bachelor for life? Which one would you think would have more valid experience in terms of relationships with a woman?
Well, I'm taking Obsidian off the table in that. I mean, Obsidian's in a relationship, and I've met his woman twice.
Wait. I'm talking about before, when he was on the. I'm not here to talk about Obsidian. I'm using him as an example. A man who says, "Oh, I'm gonna be a bachelor for life. I bend him over the couch," or someone who's actually been in a sustained relationship for a period of time, it didn't work out, and now who's in a new relationship that's quite successful. Who would you rather listen to? A guy that's saying he's going to be a bachelor for life, never married, never shown that he has the ability to sustain or non-sustain a relationship? Which one would you listen to?
If I was interested in information on how to sustain a relationship, I think the person who has a track record of long-lasting sustained relationship would be the person that you would most likely listen to. So yeah, okay.
There you go. Would you rather listen to? Would you rather listen to? Well, that's my point. You just answered it. You just answered it.
Who are you making the point?
Would you? It's okay to listen to a guy who went to flight school but never flown a fucking jet, or a guy who's actually an active pilot. Who are you going to listen to if they're going to give you advice about flying? The guy who went to flight school. The man who just went to flight school and been in simulators, or the guy who's actually had 20, 30, 40, 60 flights. Who are you going to listen to about experience as far as flying is concerned?
Okay, I'll answer the question. Thank you for bringing up that analogy. I will listen to the guy that didn't crash 3 planes. That's who I would listen to. I would listen to the guy that did not crash 100% of the planes that he has ever flown. Yes, I will listen to a flight simulator. Excuse me, right?
And that's a very valid point. With the exception, that's a very valid point. With the exception of the guy who's crashed 3 times and walked away. The guy who crashed 3 times and walked away and is still flying the plane might want to be the guy that you want to talk to.
The proper steps to never crash a plane. I will listen to the guy who stays in flight simulator school until he is absolutely certain and knowledgeable about what it takes to not crash a plane before I listen to the person who continuously crashed planes because he didn't stop and learn before hopping into a plane. Yes, I will not waste 3 planes in order to say, okay, now I know how to fly, give me another plane. That is something I will not do.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do when? No. I get your point. What are you going to do when? What are you going to do when you need to? When the occasion arrives after you start flying and now you're about to crash, but you don't know what to do because you've never been in that situation. You see how idiotic you sound?
Wait, but hold on, General. Wait a minute.
So you don't know. You don't know how to handle it. There's a such thing that's called flying by the seat of your pants. A lot of people understand that analogy. A lot of people understand that analogy. So if you listen to the guy, if you're going to listen to the guy who's never crashed the plane, when that situation arises for you, you're gonna crash, dummy.
All right, hold on. All right. I muted up both of y'all. Both of y'all got some bad feedback and some crackling on General's end, and GCB sometimes always having sound like some wires or something going on. I don't know what it is. This is getting weird for me for this reason. Because it's just turning into a situation where it was a debate on a discussion on the merits of said points, and now it's just turning into a don't listen to this guy argument. And it's like I don't even know why we get into that. There's information out there. Everybody have points that they make, in this space, and some points are good on their merits, some points are bad on their merits, and I just leave it there. If somebody is saying something that's not rooted in any experience and they're not making any sense, then yeah, I judge it on the basis of whether or not it makes sense. It either makes sense or it don't. So but either way it go, I don't like the whole I don't like the whole "don't listen to him" type of method with this. I'd rather you. I mean, I'd rather just point out what's wrong with what somebody is saying. I'd rather that be pointed out.
And I agree. And the one reason why I came up here, Bernard, was because that's exactly what he was attempting to do with. That's exactly what you was attempting to do to OG. Don't listen to OG because he don't know what he's doing.
No,
don't listen to OG because he don't know what he's talking about. That's the reason why I came up here. It's because I listened to you do that to OG. You try to do that to everyone. The problem is you can't handle the pushback. But go ahead, man. You got it. Go ahead. You got it.
No, I specifically said why you shouldn't listen.
No, the problem is you can't handle pushback. You got caught trying to do exactly what Bernard was saying to OG.
You said go ahead, and now you're still talking.
You got. I didn't hear you. I thought you were done. I thought you were done. I'm driving.
I was done halfway in the sentence. I say 3 words and you interrupt.
I'm driving. I don't want to crash.
Well, you crashed.
That's why I didn't hear you. No, I don't want to crash again. But I know what not to do now.
Okay, go ahead, GC.
See, I know what not to do now.
All right, go ahead, GC.
Yeah.
Okay, so he comes on criticizing the problem with the manosphere and Michael B. Jordan, and y'all think y'all could change. That is exactly.
I never said that. You're lying. Jesus, don't lie on me. I never said. Hey, Bernard, don't let him sit there and lie on me.
Wait a minute.
I never came on and said the problem with the manosphere.
You didn't say that. I don't know if he said the problem with the manosphere.
No,
because I didn't.
But basically, you came to critique the manosphere.
No, stop putting words in my mouth.
All right, wait, hold on. General. Have you offered critique of the manosphere since you've been on this panel?
No, I have not said anything about the manosphere.
No. I'm out, Bernard. That shit.
Well, leave, you bitch bag nigga.
When you said the message has changed and it's watered down and it's gotten soft and it used to be.
I talked about the talking points. I wasn't criticizing the manager. I said some of the talking points. Some of the talking points have changed. That's what I said. I didn't say the manosphere as a whole, 100%. The manosphere. No, that's what he's alluding to. Come on, man, listen to him. It's not that damn hard to comprehend what he's trying to say. You're a fucking idiot. No, you're a fucking idiot. No, you're the idiot. See, you want to discredit me, but you can't because you're making shit up to win an argument.
Not 100%. You're an idiot. Okay?
No, you are the idiot because I never said anything in regards to the manosphere as being totally fucked up.
Yes, you did, idiot.
You was.
All right.
That female energy. That you know what, Bernard? You got it, man. You got it. You got it, Bernard. You got it, GC. You just want to win it. You just want to win an argument. You're stupid, man. You are stupid. You are a stupid man. You are a hermit. You are a stupid ass individual, man.
Keep telling yourself that.
You can tell that you were primarily female raised. You have a lot of female energy.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you were raised by a fucking female.
Oh my God, nigga.
You wasn't raised at all.
Listen, fucking idiot. You said that you were gonna go. There's a
all right, no, he ain't got I'm about to wrap it up. We went 2 hours longer than what I wanted to. Hey, General, thanks. OG, thanks. GC, thanks. Everybody, thanks. We about to wrap this bad boy on up. We about to wrap this.
And Bernard, I did not. I must apologize because Bernard. Let me apologize because I hadn't been on your platform in a long time.
Oh no, you good. You good.
Come up here. No. I did not come up here to go down this rabbit hole with this guy. You see, I sit and I've listened to GC enough. I've listened to his own platform, his own show, to know that he simply says shit to make himself seem smarter than everyone else. He simply says shit to simply win the argument. And when you back him in a corner on his own talking points, what he does is deflect and not answer. That's female energy.
That didn't make
you've been full of female energy since the day I came in contact with you. And that's the truth. We could go to your platform and have a whole conversation about it. I don't give a fuck. That's female energy. You are full of fucking female energy.
That did not make any sense.
You are fucking full of female enery.
Sir,
you're full of deflections. No, sir, my ass. And now you want to be condescending. And now you want to be condescending. Sir. You're a fucking female, man.
Understand this.
You're a female, bro.
Okay, understand this. Smart people.
You're female centered.
Damn it. Smart people don't have to try to
You're
seem
female centered. You're full of female energy.
Yeah. Smart
that's why you get
don't
emotional
have to
and start yelling
smart.
and shit.
They just be themselves.
That's why you get emotional and start yelling.
However, you are intimidated by it.
You have no masculinity whatsoever.
We about to wrap this on up.
Right.
And listen, everybody, I said all the live shows now, they go straight to the Patreon. That's what I'm doing now. All the live shows go straight to Patreon or members. So this will be on Patreon as members. If you came in late and you want to see how all of this started, you got to either become a member or join the Patreon. And with that said, fellas, we are out of here. Peace.